Hello, everyone, and welcome to Le Tablestory RagTags. I'm always worried I'm saying something in a foreign language that is unacceptable, you know?
I think you just insulted something. I'm not sure yet.
Right.
You gotta drag it out just in case.
Like, you always hear about like Marvel movies that like they had to change the name of that guy because in Spanish it means beep, you know, or whatever. We did that, right? There's a couple of characters and places and things in like comics and stuff where they have to change the names because in like some language it means something horrendous, you know? It's really weird.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably happened.
Imagine if magic was a real thing and you had to worry about accidentally casting a spell. If you just said some bullshit.
You cast a spell in Spanish.
Like a fireball.
Yeah. Like, you idiot, you just cast a fireball in Spanish.
Fireball in Spanish.
Welcome to Tablestory RagTags is Spanish for I cast fireball at level 6.
Oh, that's what Keck is truly finding out. Infernal is actually just Spanish.
Yeah, this whole time.
This whole time.
This whole time.
How could you?
How could you do
God
this?
damn.
Oh man. Oh, welcome everyone. Thanks for coming out so far. If you guys are just in the chat right now, don't forget to tweet at the stream, tell a friend. Welcome to RagTags. My name is Jay. I will be DMing these dinguses today through this, well, rag tag of an adventure. That one, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you get hear what I mean, not what I say. Real quick before we start off the session, after we had our own little mini D&D therapy session before this started, we're gonna go around as per usual, introduce the characters, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let's start with Tuesday this week. Our cleric in training.
Hi guys, I have to talk right at my microphone because I'm using a new mixer, so if I turn away and get quiet, just bat me on the head. But I am playing Kale Wynn today. She is half elf, just today, no other day. By the way, I'm quitting. She's a half elf cleric who's really weak and just a little behind the scenes info. Has like no HP, but she's gonna get good at healing and she's gonna survive and she's gonna find a cure for what ails her.
The mysterious disease.
It's
It's a really bad flu. Protecting her is
I'm
in the red corner.
And in the red
Taldro.
corner is Taldro. Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Brotatoe. Today I am playing Taldro, the half-orc paladin at level 2, which I forget every week. Level 2, dude. How are we still alive?
I don't know.
The Temple Guardian. I guard one of the temples of Eldath in the forest. However, they sent me away to look after one of our clerics, Kale Wynn. Or should I say Kale Loser, because she's so sickly all the time. What a loser. You're sick. You're sick. I don't know. I can't even remember what I did last week. We went back to town. Do we have a new quest?
Yeah.
What did we do?
Yeah.
Where did it end?
We'll get to where did it end? What happened? Where are we? Who are we?
Who am I? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Streaming from the void today. Connor.
Actually from the Shadowfell. Look at him.
Actually from the Shadow Realm.
Fucking Christ.
Yugi!
Connor, the tech issue ogre.
On Patreon, one of our
everything.
one of our stretch goals should be to get him a light.
I already have one. I have a ring light right there.
That's
Yeah, well, turn it on!
What happened this week?
It is. It's on.
It's normally we can see you.
No, it's your camera. It's your camera.
Yeah, well,
brightness.
fucking boost the gain on your
Right.
camera or the
Something.
exposure or something. What the
What I
hell?
meant to say is normally we can see the side of you.
You can't pretend you don't have a camera. I know for a fact you've got the same fucking camera as me.
No, the camera's fine.
No, it isn't.
Everyone posts enough table 2 buses in
Is
the
it just
chat,
like
the fire
that?
will light up Connor's face.
Yeah, okay. Tables to bust in the chat. Let's get some
Yeah. Yeah.
firelight.
There we go.
Oh.
That's my phone torch.
That's ridiculous.
That's your phone torch.
Yeah.
Guys, hashtag get Connor a light. All right,
Just
make
have
a real
the-
one.
The Logitech,
We'll get him
whatever
a
it's called.
sconce
The
or something like that.
The
We'll actually just
webcam
get him torches.
stuff, dude. Just like
You
Go
want me
in
to
there,
burn
you
down my
just-
house?
Burn. Look,
mean,
exposure. Just expose.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there's an exposure
the-
bar. Come on.
Ended.
Yeah, you just exposed yourself.
Yeah.
It was just that pale.
Somebody casting your phone call.
Ah!
And
Brighter
his
than your
pants
ring
are
light.
off, and they're on.
Oh man. While Connor does that, his other half can introduce himself. Keck.
I'm Keck. I'm that guy. What's going on, guys? My name is Zappat, playing Keck, which is one half of the two-headed ogre, the warlock side, the not so smart side. They are, ironically, yeah. Either way, stuff and things and stuff. I'm still distracted the fact that I'm now no infernal, so I'm just I'm a little happy about that.
Yeah, a little stoked.
Well, I'm a little happy about that. Yeah. That'll help in this.
Scott's character Keck had a dream.
Hmm.
He dreamed.
I
Oh
dreamed.
God! Now we've lost Connor.
No, I'm still here.
He's
Just
fixing stuff off
split
screen for
is
sure.
having a moment.
While you fix stuff, fuck it, we'll do it live. Introduce your character. If you can multitask, introduce both.
With me?
Yes.
Okay. Ozog, big barbarian, half ogre with Kek. For some reason, his voice will sometimes turn into Megatron or something. And yes, Zoom is 100%. I recommend. Definitely use it. But we had a very emotional moment last time.
Yeah. Let's see if everyone
The
finds out.
others
what
did not
happens
know
in the
anything about.
That's all the Discord has been talking about is the cow. People keep coming into my chat and they're like, I wonder what happens when Taldro finds out about the cow. What's gonna happen? And then they were talking in Discord earlier today. What happens when Taldro finds out about the cow?
We'll
then
find
some.
out today,
Next week, no.
right now.
Excuse me. So, last week, to give you all a quick refresher, last week, you all found yourselves setting out on this journey that you found yourselves in the beginning, the final step of this journey here for Boris Hartfield. To go and find his niece and nephew, Teresa and Johan, after they had been kidnapped by one Magnus. Let me change the music here a little bit. Maybe we can.
Magnalos.
Magnalos
Make Therodon.
Jensen. As he had been kidnapping villagers from this town of Finbar for a couple of weeks until you all came along here. Let me show you guys the world map. Actually, I'll throw you guys on Finbar. So, a couple days prior, you had set out and killed Magnus, this large half wolf, half man. Followed him or followed his subordinates down through this tunnel of caves. Found the ancient entrance to Abathun. Spoken to a somewhat friendly but very demanding spectator, Mithrax, that had demanded offerings and introduced himself as a god, the Devourer. Ozug gave Mithrax a rubber ducky or a wooden floating ducky. He didn't ask you for one, Kek. He didn't ask you for a tribute. Taldro, you gave Mithrax the spectator the bouquet of flowers that Miriam, the woman that you rescued from Magnus, gave you. And Kale, you gave him a blanket for him to be warm and snuggly. And he allowed you access to the library where you found two children, Teresa and Johan, the missing niece and nephew that you were searching for. A human woman named Kira that you had met. She's one of the town guard and who followed you back. And Wortman Wendeldorf, a gnome, introduced himself as a scholar and was very, very intent on reading everything that this small library off to the side of the ancient entrance of Abathun here held. You all helped him drag these books back, brought the children, Teresa and Johan, back to their uncle, Boris, at his farmstead. And Taldro, you kind of had a moment with Boris, where you relinquished your house back to him, which was technically his house in the first place. Is that was his reward for you after the initial reward wasn't good enough. And you had given him back his house and asked him to, I think, worship Eldath no less than twice a day, and to build a large waterfall on the property in
a pond and a waterfall if he can.
A pond and a waterfall if he can. That's what it was. I'll write it down just to make sure.
I will be coming back one
after
day.
you paid him?
And I gave him some money.
I'm still trying to get my head around that. You paid him for that.
I gave him some money so that he could rebuild his house. He said he was poor. I don't need money.
He needed some repairs. And
I don't know what money is either, really.
Yeah. And
Wasn't it
For
Kale's
silver,
money,
it's
though?
fine.
it was
I don't
technically
need it. What do I need it for? I got food. I got a warhammer. I'm good.
You had given him, I think, what was it, 85 gold or was it 60 gold? For some reason, both of those numbers.
We
stick in
gave
my
him
head.
60, and he's meant to get the 25, the rest of it on his own, or
That's what it was.
meant to Kira that she might ask around town if they could collect 25.
Yeah, and she did promise that she would. You had dropped off the children with them, and Boris, seeming happy and fulfilled, had taken them inside and started to show them back around the property as you guys were leaving. Went back to Igor's. Very eventful episode you guys had last episode, and sat down with Kira, the guard, for a brief moment. Shared some drinks, maybe for a little bit of an hour, and then you eventually all retired to rest and get a night's rest. There was that brief interaction between Ozug and Kek. You guys shared that heartfelt moment with Kira, and talked a little bit afterwards about your story. And Kek, I think we start with you today. As you wake up from this cold sweat of a dream that you'd had, this nightmare almost of being in Igor's tavern alone, walking up those stairs and the door opening itself for you, finding the book, the Nefarious Deeds Done in the Dark, Volume 1, that large kind of like 10-pound brass book, or book with a brass cover that you had found. It had flipped open and started spewing out chains that had whipped and destroyed almost everything around you, leaving you sitting on a small piece of wood in front of it. It had kind of inferred some kind of contract as the pages started flipping through. It had ended on the last page asking for your signature. And I think as you wake up, the book slams shut after your blood-soaked hand had seeped into the pages. The second the book slams shut, you wake up. And kind of immediately bolt out of bed. As much as a two-headed ogre can bolt, I don't know how you bolt, but does Cat come with, or does Ozak come with you?
I'm pretty sure I would have, like, if he's unconscious, I would have just shot both of us up.
Yeah. So Ozak, I think you're awoken as well.
Would I get like a whiplash or something?
Yeah, I feel like you're dreaming of drinking mead and wine at a beautiful table.
That 20-foot keg is definitely on his
nearby
mind.
in the dream, and then suddenly you feel your neck kind of like whiplash forward as you're woken up. And Keck, I think there's a moment where it feels like all the air is taken from your lungs. And I think all of you that are sleeping in the room and haven't already woken up for your own reasons, you guys would hear it as well. As he sits up.
Oh, my neck. What? Cake. Oh.
Bad
Oh.
bad dream.
Good morning to you. Oh, bad dream. Okay. You definitely need to stop eating cheese before you sleep.
And now he just thinks about cheese. And now he wants cheese.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Were you going to do something?
Oh, yeah. I think he's just, his heart's pounding. He's trying to like maintain like normal breathing, but he's heart's pounding.
Yeah, I think as you look down at your arm, you can maybe feel a little tenseness, as if the chains have wrapped a little tighter.
Is it visually different by any chance? Is it almost showing strain?
Go ahead, describe them again, because I know them as chains, but let's hear them for the audience as well.
So it's almost as if the chains would begin more at the I can't remember if it was at the palm or if it was at the wrist, but it was a wraparound where it would start on one end and they would cross and cross and cross, basically going up the arm and stopping right about here, but as if they were bound. You were basically wrapped in chains. It was just the one arm.
Okay. I think roll me a perception or an investigation check real quick.
Sure.
Just to yeah, okay, perfect roll. Yeah, I think as you start to focus, you can tell that they've shifted immediately off the bat. But I think it catches your eye a little bit more and you start to look it over. They almost look as if they're flexing on your skin to you, as if maybe your arm was flexing, or as if something was just going taut against the chains and they were just ever so tightening a small bit. The link like will every so often just wiggle visibly to you. But they do look tighter. They feel tighter, and there is a cut on your red soaked hand.
And looking at it, just moving hand, just almost wanting to feel real in a sense, making sure that it's real.
Yeah, with each like flex of your forearm, it doesn't tense any of the chains on your arms at all. These tattoos, but you can't necessarily feel that tightening, but you can see the visual representation each time, and you do feel that slight pull. And I think you guys can see like a little his hand.
I noticed him doing that.
Blood soaked. Yeah, his palm would be blood soaked, I think, while he's holding it there.
Heck, is that blood? Are you all right? May I have a look?
Just hurt myself. No big deal.
Well,
Did you try grabbing for cheese again?
No.
Did you try eat your own hand again?
Ironically enough, I think that actually has happened before.
I'm gonna go have a look at this bleeding wound.
I think too bad. If it was just with the pen, it would just be like a small little, like he clenched his fist and like it would almost like pierce with like nails, kind of bad.
Yeah. I think as you come closer, you can see pretty much exactly what Zod is described there. It is a small nick, but his entire hand is covered in blood though, so it makes it look like a little bit more severe. It like kind of is dried in a small like scab here that makes it look like it's kind of going up his two fingers. But upon closer inspection, you can see it's a small cut.
I assume the room has like water of some kind, like a wash basin or a pitcher or something. I'll just clean up the area and then say, "Oh, it's just here. It's small, but you've bled so much." Was it a really bad nightmare?
Something.
Yes.
Keck's just lost in thought, just drifting off.
Keck, would you like to talk about it?
No, not worth it.
Let me guess, they ran out of food in the pantry.
Better not. What time is it? Is it like, is there light outside or anything like that, or?
Yeah, I'd say you can hear the bar picking up a little bit for like the just before afternoon or just before noon rush here. I think it's about 10, 11. Sun's like just kind of starting to peak in the sky, but lights coming through the windows. There are like large, I think like two footish windows on two walls of the inn here. You guys have a quartering unit, so.
I just say to him, just to kind of close it up, if you ever do want to talk about it, I'm here.
He's not acknowledging, but he's just like, But he's still messing with his hand.
Yeah, roll me an insight check, Tuesday, or Kale.
Insight.
Yeah, I think you can tell that something might be on his mind a little bit more, but it seems to be relatively truthful. It's just a nightmare.
Okay.
Does
And
seem
he
okay. Just
clearly
shake.
doesn't want to dwell on it. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'll leave off.
So, it's like I said, it's about 10, 11 a.m. You've all got your full HP back, your hit die back, all your spells. You guys have the full benefits of a long rest.
Oh shit, yeah.
You can hear the bar starting to pick up, like I said, just a small little bit from the other side of your door. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to
Food.
see Wortman, Wendelsdorf, down the way there. So I would probably grab like an apple, and say, Taldro, I'd like to go see Wortman. Will you come with me?
Warthog.
Wortman.
Why do we have to see him?
Well, he gathered those books and he mentioned ever so many diseases and cures, and he also mentioned Thrall Peaks and some kind of font, and I think those books might have information that can help us.
More books, huh? Okay, more books.
More books. Indeed. Are you hungry?
I grumble, and then my stomach grumbles. A little hungry, yes. Perhaps I will bring something to Warthogs, and you can read your books, and then I will have something to do this time.
Oh, all right. I'm sure there are biscuits or something.
I will ask on the way out.
All right, so you guys pack up your things. Kek and Ozug, are you guys going with them, or what are you doing?
I think Kek's looking for the book, just immediately looking for the book. If he finds the book and opens
right
it
off
up,
your bedside.
he opens it up and turns to, assuming the last page. Is there any mark, anything at all?
Yes, there's a small you know how kind of like when you open a book, it's got like the just kind of underscore on like the very last page, or it's like dedicated to. There's a small one of those, and above it is a red handprint, yours. But if you go back to the beginning of the page, it's like while you're flipping through, it looks quote unquote normal. Doesn't look like it did last night in your dream. There's no contract. There's no speaking of power or anything like that. But you do find the red blood stain on the very back page.
Okay. I want to make sure that I tuck that away, if and whether it be like a little bag or something like that we have or something like that. I want to tuck that away.
Okay. Are you trying to do it stealthily or you
Just packing up things.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. You put it into. I figure you guys have like a pouch on each side for each of your belongings or something that you both put stuff into. So yeah, you can put it in there. You can feel it like sag a little bit as it's a pretty heavy book.
Right.
You're able to lift it pretty easily with your strength and all, but it is a pretty heavy book.
Going to ask if Elzo would have saw it, but he's too busy with his neck. He's like really.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can roll me a perception check with disadvantage if you really want to. But
I don't think he'd.
Okay. Yeah. So you tuck the book in, and you guys, the two of you are going with them. You decided?
They're probably making our way downstairs just for food.
I would have invited them. You know, I'm sure if he's got a lot of books, he's probably got a sitting room or some kind of library.
Yeah. Okay. So we catch you guys as you're going out the bar. Currently, you make it to like about the halfway point where you can see a couple of people lined up on a side wall, and leaning against the wall, eating their food. Do you guys are you looking for food here, or do you ask about it, or? You had said something. So.
Probably just because it's nearest place. I mean,
I don't even know if you can get food somewhere else.
It's only at Igor's. Igor controls all the food.
I just
Hey,
joined
Igor.
the queue quietly. Just
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a little fruit basket as well in your guys' bedroom that you could grab that apple from, Kale. So there is that if you want to, or you can stop up at the bar real quick. There's maybe a quick exchange over what today's menu is, and Igor kind of seems a little bit distracted today, like a small bit, but it gets you guys your food of whatever choice. I think the breakfast this morning is some kind of pork with eggs that he seems to have served everyone. So you guys can pick up a quick plate of that on your way out.
Igor, do you have any bacon?
My friend, we do, but it is this pork is kind of the same. They call it a different bacon ham.
Can I have a lot of it?
Yes, of course. Yes. Anything for you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Anything exciting today, or is he like keeps glancing over to his right?
Is there any like anything to his right visually?
I think as you like follow his gaze, there are two tables at the far corner. It looks like they're speaking to each other currently, but it looks to be a little not necessarily heated, but maybe like a clash of pride or something. There's a dwarf and a man that are just currently they're not yelling, but you can see their face is strained with anger. He just seems a little nervous as he looks over every once in a while. And are you doing anything exciting today, my friends?
You're uncertain.
the absolute opposite of exciting, I say.
Oh, Igor, sorry to hear. What are you doing?
Books. More books.
Oh no.
Books, Ozag.
No.
More books.
No.
It won't.
Am I still dreaming?
Unfortunately, it comes as part of the job when you are looking for cure. You have to read a lot of books. I don't like to read them. I leave it to Kale, but
Neither do I. I leave that to Keck.
it is not as fun as hitting things, huh?
I would much prefer to go hit something.
Keck doesn't know how to read. This is better.
Oh god.
Oh,
He's got 6 intelligence. You're
Very-
smarter than him, and you
very
pass the
low
books
bar
to
for
him.
trust in their relationship.
Ozog is lazy when it comes to reading.
If there's pictures, great, but like how
Would,
difficult.
Sorry.
Was it obvious that Igor was looking towards the table?
Yeah, you can. He keeps looking over. He's got kind of a concerned look on his face. Maybe the first time you guys have seen him look slightly angry. Other than I think you Ozug and Keck when you had seen the scene between the two Igors just the day before, where they were arguing with each other. This is maybe the first time you, Taldro, and Kale have seen him like doing the side eye thing. Doesn't seem too concerned, but is still paying in mind.
Is everything okay, Igor?
Yes, my. If you're talking about them, they have been angry. Igor does not like angry people in his inn. It is bad. We should all be joyous and happy, and Igor does not want to have to kick them out. So he's keeping an eye.
I mean, Ozog and Keck, we can go over and give them good time. All we need ale. Lots of ale. We take
My
it
friend,
over.
Igor assures you, if there was an issue, Igor would have taken care of it. You remember that Igor has banned dragons from this inn. So,
Dragons.
but if Igor needs
Timber.
someone tall, I can call on you.
I forgot there was not dragons in Inbar the last time I checked.
Yes, no. Remember the last time you were here? Was it yesterday? The day before? As he looks at Taldro and Kale, like, it was there was a dragon somewhere else in the mountains from the inn. I told you. Took off 3 stories, 4 maybe 5. As he like leans out from the bar and looks upwards, where before there were the kind of endless stories of this tavern, seemingly winding staircases and people hanging across the banisters, looking like there were multiple floors for people to sit. Now there are only like 2 or 3.
Ozog is just going to smile and wave and nod.
Yes, please. Maybe it will make them happy.
Why do you believe that they are angry, Igor?
Igor thinks they have business with each other that is not going right.
I have suffered before with anger. Perhaps they could speak to a cleric of Eldath. Spreads peace.
But I mean, I am sure he like looks taken back for a second. Are you suggesting that you go talk to them as well, my friend? Or
I am not a cleric of Eldath, though I am a follower. And then I turn slowly to Kale. This one teach me how to count backwards from 50. It helped me sometimes to calm down.
it's
Quite
a
a lot.
useful skill.
Igor, do you think I should go talk to them?
Kind of looks over and no, Igor thinks they are fine. They
You could
bad-
teach them how
bad
to
business.
meditate. Have you ever meditated,
cannot-
Igor?
Igor
I put a
cannot
hand
teach
on
them
his
to
shoulder.
Idori, you're talking to Kale. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I put a hand.
Igor thinks they're fine, though.
I put a hand on Igor's shoulder and say, "You would like to learn how to meditate?
Igor is okay, my friend. I do not know.
I am
or
not very
need
good
to
at it either, but
how
it
to-
does help you stop from becoming enraged at things and swinging fists before discussion."
rage.
Hmm.
Do I need to be angry?
No.
You do not. Please not in the tavern, please. Igor, some of
I will
Igor's
be angry at the books.
Okay.
I will unleash my rage upon a book.
Probably also not.
on the books, maybe.
When you are angry, you do not think straight, huh? You make mistakes.
Hey, I
Igor,
have not made mistake.
Hmm.
we can watch it here. They're just small problem. Do not worry. You have exciting things that you said you were doing today. You're going to read books.
Oh,
Do not worry.
books.
There will be no fight. Igor does
we
not condone
dwarves?
fighting in this tavern, and
I feel like these guys are basically spoiling for a fight because they know books are in the future. It's like, I'm gonna start like hurting them. Right.
Didn't you say there were dwarves on the tables?
there's one dwarf currently talking to a human man.
Okay, Igor, that is inconsiderate.
What do you mean?
Small problem. Look,
And I point to the dwarf.
Oh, Igor is not trying to say that. Igor has no problem with. As he like brings his voice down, as a couple of
come
people.
on. I know me and
Problem is
Keck, we
that
are very tall, but
It is.
come on.
Listen, Igor has many friends of varying sizes, and Igor does not distinguish between any of them in any way, other than their names or faces. Igor does not pay attention to that. It is not what I meant about a small problem. It is their nothing.
We have a minor problem then.
I think
Minor.
what he's saying is, let's go. I'm gonna try and tug on
Okay.
on Keck, on OK's like sleeve, probably
Oh,
on Keck's side.
Keck is already like probably mid meal still.
Yeah,
It's
he's got like
still,
half the
still-
plate.
just yeah, just
But, can you walk and eat? I don't think I've ever seen him do that.
he takes one plate and just kind of like throws it onto the other.
Oh
just-
my
It's a mountain of food.
Okay, you focus on eating, I'll focus on walking.
He just passes the plate back onto the bar and just
Sorry, because you have to use like Ozug's hand for this too. So you like
oh yeah.
pass the plate back to Ozug, and Ozug, you have to pass it back to Igor.
You go.
Thank you, my friends. Please come back if you would like a drink. Do not worry about them. And he like looks. See, they have stopped talking. See, they are done. Hopefully, it will not reignite. And he like have a good one.
Right, and I
Igor.
nod and
We'll be
start
back.
Igor, can I get one
Yes.
chicken to go?
Yes, of course. Bench one check on. It will be with you on the way out.
Thank you. I'm very hungry today. It's been a busy few days.
Do not worry, my friend. Vench will always take care of you. There's like a sudden like heavier weight on your plate, Keck, as just a large roasted chicken just appears.
Oh no.
Talger, give me a sleight of hand to grab it before you catch
You
it.
better be good. You better be quick. Tell you right now,
I'm
there's a
not- I'm
magic
not-
chicken on my plate.
I'm not very quick. 3.
Yes, it's mine.
Yeah, I think you like go to fumble and Keck, you just like you don't even realize it's his, right? You're just like,
Oh yeah.
right? And
While
Igor's-
he's staring at it, I immediately order another one. Can I get one more quick?
yes, it was going, it's one more, not on the plate.
I do this.
You're like staring and waiting and staring and waiting, and then it gets like as you blink, it you just feel the weight on the. For anyone else that always looks, it always just doesn't it kind of just apparates out of nowhere. There's
I
no...
wrap it immediately in a thing. And
Yeah,
just, and
chicken
just
in Keck's mouth and
hide it.
a plate still full of food.
Yeah.
As we pan over to Keck as you guys are leaving with like the one drumstick still sticking out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Until he's like sucking all the meat
Just
off.
yeah, it just sucks it up.
Yeah. As you guys put your coin in the door mechanism, flip it over. As you open the door, you're met with the sights of Finbar yet again. Where are you guys going? You're going to Wortman's?
Yep.
All right.
Wortman's.
Going to Wortman's. All right. It's like I said, it's about oopsies. That's the wrong one. It's about noon. You can see as usual during this time, a couple of the merchants and the sellers are going in and taking a turn into that courtyard there. The area that Wortman had left you in was over here. So I think we find you guys traveling down the main road here. You see the guard tower looming up as you take your left and start to go up this slightly better looking district. I think as you all are maybe have the chance to actually take in the sights this time without the four of them talking your ear off. These are nice houses. They're like 2-3 stories each. They're not hovels, no single like bungalows or anything. None of the farmer shacks like Boris's. They all have doors for one that are either properly on their hinges or don't look like they're rotting off. Some of them have fences. Some have rather high walls that kind of obscure most of the house except for a couple of parts of the rooftops. You guys don't know where Wortman lives. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think. How do you ping again?
Hold down left click.
I think it's that place right there. I think I asked last time, and he was like, "Last place on the."
I thought we escorted him.
He had gone off a little lane further into the houses. It was like he had separated down a road.
Okay.
Yeah.
That place. Yeah, we'll have to. Do I see anybody that like a city guard or anything that I would ask? Like.
Yeah. There's a couple of there's 2 guards that are currently strolling like 30 feet away. They're coming down the path towards you guys. Do you want to flag them down?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do it? Do you just wave them or do you yell them over or?
Yeah, I think I don't really yell. It's too much energy, so flag, and I would say,
Oh, yes, miss.
Do you know where Wortman Wendeldorf? He's a gnomish fellow.
Wortman, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Last one on the left, up there.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yes. Just make sure to go down this road here. And you'll have to loop around, and that's where the crescent is, the core.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
Have a good one. And they nod at all of you. They look at the ogre for a moment, like.
Okay.
as they like walk by.
Hello.
Hello. The other guard. Hi.
I'm already walking off.
Yeah. They're still walking, but now like looking behind.
Just a plate of food and just. God damn it.
As you're sucking down all the eggs off of the plate. Yeah. Okay, so I think you guys get a little bit into this little borough of houses here. Just like you'd said, there's a small lane that you follow, and you can see that it kind of wraps up and then in, and isn't necessarily accessible from this this road here that I'm showing on the map.
Okay.
So it kind of goes past this church and wraps up and in here. You find yourself walking down this it's slightly nicer street as you get a little closer around the bend here of some of these houses. At the very far end of this court, you see a large house with what seems to be wood for the first floor, and then some kind of different type of wood on the second floor. Roll me a history check if you guys can, if anyone is proficient in it also.
You have to be proficient or not?
Too late. Just roll a history check.
I'm proficient, but I wouldn't give a shit.
I think Ozug and Kek, you guys, maybe it takes a moment to register, but Ozug immediately, you recognize Fadewood. His entire second and third floor is built out of Fadewood, which is this mysterious, almost shimmering log. It's not translucent, but it does have a slight hum to it, almost as if you can see like the air around it literally shifting a small bit. It gives off this like strange kind of almost like two-dimensional or four-dimensional look when you look at it, as if it's just kind of bending all of the light around it. This is a very common commodity in Vormir here. That is what's the word? Manufactured and cut from lumber mills over in Finbar to the northwest. This is pretty much their exclusive dealing and trade, and it's very, very expensive to note.
Oh.
You're walking up the lane here.
Ozug tries to put his hand on it to touch.
Yeah. I think as you come a little closer, they're it's on the second floor, so it's about 10 feet up, and there is a gate to his house. What do you guys do as you come up to this like wrought iron gate? There's like hedges on either side, but you can see the house with like a decent lawn behind it. What do you guys do?
I'll try the gate.
Yeah, I think as you go and just turn the knob, it just kind of swings open a small bit. You're led into the fairly beautiful courtyard. There's like a small white marble fountain next to an apple tree, and the rest of it just seems to be like I'm not going to use the word mowed, but tended to grass. It seems like a pretty nice place. Or whoever it is.
That can be like,
This man has a lot of money. Maybe a lot of food.
Dojo?
And knock on the door.
Yeah, there's I think you have to knock probably a couple times. There's maybe like a 30 seconds there where just nothing happens, and then you knock and then you hear a crash from behind the door somewhere, and then 1 minute, I'll be there. 1 minute, and then like another crash or two and another crash. As the door unlocks and opens, you're met with Wortman here, looking the big white bushy beard, this gnomish figure kind of silhouetting this thinning gnomish figure rather, silhouetted by his red robes that he's currently wearing. He looks kind of sleepy, and now his hair is all like flown to one side. And he's, yes, oh, Kale,
Oh,
how are you?
Have I caught you at a bad time?
No, perfect actually. I was just doing some light reading in bed. How are all of you? As he like kind of wraps his robe. Welcome.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Please do come in. Just watch your step. I broke a vase on the way down.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
Because you guys step in, you're met with I think one of the most luxurious, but still homely places you might have ever been in. I think for the lot of you four, yeah, there are chandeliers hanging from the ceiling in the front foyer. There's a couple of statues and what looks to be like odd collectibles, just knickknacks and small totems, a suit of armor that looks like it shines with like a rippling green, just here in the front foyer. And he kind of closes the door, these big oaken doors behind you all as you all walk in. I'm sorry I didn't clean up, but thank you so much for coming and visiting again. How are all of you?
How do you fare?
Wonderful. Your home is quite lovely.
Thank you. I've worked very hard on it. I'm a bit of a collector. Small bit.
That.
What is it that you need, Kale? What can I do for you?
I was hoping you could point me to the books that had information about diseases and cures. And you mentioned the Thrall Peaks font, and
Yes.
well, I just wanted to talk. As you recall, I told you about my illness.
Right, and I did some reading last night. I did some reading, and I can show you whatever you'd like from my collection. As he starts to motion to these large white doors with these brass handles on them, and he opens them both at the same time. Let me see if I can give you guys this. Can you guys see this? So he brings you into his library.
God damn.
Here. Yeah. You can see the bones there as you like walk through the front doors. He looks very, very proud as he takes you all in. And this, I think his library here is a little more spotless than the rest of his house. It's kind of got that like homely, like grimy feeling to it, not through the attire, but a lot of like, you know, you're in a 3-story tall mansion and there's still grime in the corners and it's not like perfectly clean everywhere. In here, it's perfectly clean. Large bones of some creature hang overhead as you all walk in. You can see 2 stories here. The fade wood on the 2nd story seems it's been used on the interior as well for some of these bookcases and bookshelves. As he walks in, I have quite a large collection. It can be embarrassing, but please make yourselves at home. And
Kick finishes up.
To the nearest seat.
yeah.
Kick,
It's overwhelming.
Kick finishes up licking the plate and places that on like one of the bookshelves or like on the books or like something.
I think there's actually a statue, like as you come in the door, there's like an angel that's doing like this or something, right? And you can see the wings sprouting off. I think he's got a demonic version on the other side. And there's just an angel that's like holding their wings out, and you just put the plate on. He's but that's fine actually. Yes. Somebody can grab that.
Ozog will walk over to the globe.
Oh. I see you found this. Curious? Yes, Ozog?
How big is this? Is this say
well-
1 to 1? Is this what we live on?
No, this is actually a map of another world. Well, it was sold to me as now get this, that there are other dimensions and that this is a map of another one, a different land. I didn't get the name, I didn't get anything, but as I scroll through it, and he like gives it a spin, and starts to manhandle it after a couple of seconds of it turning. And if you see right here, this is where we would be. This is where Vormir and Orin at whole, the world that it doesn't match up. So he had to have been right. Fascinating, isn't it?
Where can I sit, please? I would like to
Yes.
sit for a while.
Very interesting.
Keck spins it again.
It's all over his
It's just all over his head. Yeah. Keck sits there and you spin it again. It's just, I suppose it's fun to look at as well. Taldro, take a seat anywhere you'd like. There's like a selection of any manner of comfortable armchairs. There is a particular looking desk, like a large wooden desk that has kind of like an actual armchair behind it. It looks fairly weathered and beaten, but there's also like the couches in front of the fireplace, and a couple of chairs that are leaned up against the wall.
I'll
They look
sit
like
in a
dining-
chair that gives me both a good view of the room and the exit.
Okay. Yeah, there's a chair just past that desk. It's kind of a dining chair that's like propped up against the wall opposite way. You just walk over and flip it and sit it down. You're nestled into like a small, like where a beam is cutting out of the wall. So you're
Right.
nestled into a a very, very tiny corner.
As long it's a tactical position, thank you. As long as I can see Kale and the general goings on of the room, and also check that nothing crazy is going to come in, and also I can make my escape. I sit the fuck down. I look extremely uncomfortable in the library. I don't like books. Okay.
Yeah.
And I sit down and I carefully unwrap my chicken. I take my gauntlets off and I will just quietly eat my chicken. In the corner.
I think this is not the size and scale, but maybe the smell, that like kind of the echoey feel maybe reminds you just a little bit of home with the clerics in the temple. There's a small room of the monastery that they have a library. Not similar to this, but the smell and everything.
Listen, I learned a few languages, and there was a reason that I would learn them. Okay, there's no way Taldro learned them off his own back. Okay.
Well, maybe it reminds you just a tiny bit of home with the smell.
Yeah, it does. I'm straight up triggered out. I hate it. I hated learning.
Attack while eating his chicken.
Hated it. It was the worst bit of every day. I just wanted to go back to basic training, hit stuff.
Wortman addresses you, Taldro, and Kale, and so would you like to see my findings?
Absolutely.
Right. He motions over to the desk, and you can see, like, as you get closer to the desk, whoever chooses to, on the other side, like underneath where your legs go, you can see a small pillow and a blanket, like recently disturbed, as if he's been sleeping there. A couple of books are spilled out over it. A couple of them look familiar. Other ones are completely foreign to you. But you do recognize 2 or 3 of them from the library of Abathun, and he grabs one of them, and he's so this here talks about this fount of life. It's quite a rare mythical legend, but this book talks about it, and he hands it over, and I'll explain that one in a moment. But this, as he pulls over like a large tome, give me a perception check, whoever is around the desk, real quick. Okay.
I don't give a shit about anything happening here, by the way. Just sorry.
Keck smells chicken and is like doing the dog thing from across the room, just kind of head poking out, just
eating my chicken in the corner.
Okay. Yep. Okay. He pulls out this large tome in front of you. It's before he like quickly flips through the pages. You can see the book is marked Herbology Lore by Leo Gren Bristlebark. And he pulls it over and says, my colleague, he wrote this. Now, bear with me a moment as he like sits down. I think I found out what you might be cursed with, or what your sickness might be.
Did you?
Perhaps.
But I've been looking for.
Right.
You did.
And you just
maybe
see a small tear.
Yeah.
Creep down, and she's still. I'm just. But, really.
There are options, and that's why I've got this book about the font of life. And there's other options, as he points to like a large stack of books on the left that seem kind of like they've been half knocked over by him running out of the room. And he reaches down, grabs 2 more, stacks them up, and these are the backups. But as he points to this big tome, he says, my colleague wrote this, and like I said, bear with me. But I think you have a disease that's or at least quite similar to something that my colleague has called the rot of the matron. It's a disease, and he pulls it open, and you see I think you see like sketchings. There have been like detailed sketchings, as if he's like hired someone to go and illustrate what he's writing about. And he flips over to a section of the Fade, the western Fade woods that crawl up the left-hand side of the continent here. And he says, there's deep in the west, there's rumors that there were dwarves. The dwarves that first colonized this continent of Vormir. There's rumors of where they set down. And he points to, if you guys have the map open, right here. Kind of traces his fingers along this little inlet here, and he says, now they came in through the inlet, and I promise this has a meaning. They came in through the inlet, and they landed there. There's been rumors and myths about this landing spot. That it's a holy site or some demonic site, or the forest is trying to eat the entire continent alive. But my colleague has been to the Deep Fade over in the west near the first landing site, and he says what he describes in here is quite similar. It's a kind of a degradation, not just affecting the trees, but affecting the life around it. The entire forest. And he flips to another page and he sees you see this a painter's view of maybe like a low forest floor looking out across the trees. You can see the gaps and a small bit of fog in the very background. It's a beautiful picture, but the beauty is kind of contrasted by all of the trees. They have this red sap that seems to leak from them. They seem to be almost just pouring out of the sides of them. You can see it trailing down the trunks. At the bottom of the trunk, these red crystals have formed from the sap. There's a picture of a deer on another page that he flips over as he keeps going. And here, you see what it does to living things. You see a deer where its blood is like pooled out in front of it, right in front of its stomach area, and small crystals have now started to form out of it and out of like cuts on its neck. And he flips again. He says, and it takes a late stage. Once it's fully taken the victim, they turn into this, and it's just a crystal, just a red crystal, about 4 feet tall. You can see a lot of the trees in another depiction of it as Wortman describes it going further into the forest, and the book does as well. That the rot seems to get worse and worse and shows the degradation of how it came about, and what it basically each stage of what most living things, trees, moss, plants, flowers, anything, and a lot of wildlife. And he kind of finishes it off, and I know it's a lot, but now I think this. Because he pulls another book and slams it open. This is about witches' covens, and stay with me here. I think you're cursed by a witch.
What?
Now I know that's absolutely outlandish, but this curse, or disease, or I'm just calling it a curse because I think it's a witch. It seems to correlate with old writings about some of the witches' coven, of the deep witches, the circle of the Fade. And it's just it's either that or pale-skinned orc disease, and well, it could be a number of other things, but that was my strongest theory. Like,
which one?
Well, one moment, and he sits back for a moment, and you interrupted me while I was just resting a small bit. I'm not sure. But if I were to make an educated guess, I'm not sure. I've read more books than you have in the past 14 hours.
Matron, or is it the deep witches in the circle of fate, or is it the pale orcs?
Right. The deep witches, they're witches that appear throughout Vormir's history. As he like reaches into his drawer and pulls out another book and starts to flip through it. And here there was Matron Malady. Matron Malady was she was a little more well known than her sisters. She came up with supposedly that were curse that we were talking about and that we were involved in. She's supposedly the creator of that. She had a very public death a long time ago, though, about 600-700 years ago. So it couldn't be her. And she was responsible for this werewolf curse or were curse or whatever it is. But a witch's coven, and I know. He starts to look over you. And it seems like a little bit more defeated. He's, I'm sorry. I looked as much as I could.
I understand. You mentioned the font.
Right. Seems that all the life seems to come back to his face. That could be an option as well. Whatever this could be, there is rumored to be a fount of life in pulls up the map again and unfurls it again. It's curled up and he points about right here in the on the map. And so the southeastern Thrall Mountains, and there's supposedly a fount of life there. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but this is the same. I know of it from my colleague. It's the same one that he's been looking for. Leogren Bristlebark the third would be his name, as he like pulls over the herbology book and says, right here. He has been searching for this fountain, and he did send me some exciting news recently, saying that he's found something exciting. So
What?
perhaps it might be. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry. But that I did find that, and then in my readings I did find another rumor of a wellspring of life in actually an ancient temple of Eldath. But that's more to the northwest, and that's been a myth since I was a young boy. But I did
Any
look.
recent rumors from that temple?
I'm not sure. I've grown up searching and studying for artifacts and relics and catching word from anyone that I can, and including collectors, and none of them know anything about that. It's not really been a large worry, especially with this other one in the Eastern Mountains being so prominent.
Right. It's just that Eldath.
And I hold out my symbol, and he
Yes.
knows.
Yes.
I have faith that Eldath will lead me to the cure.
Well, now I'm not one for faith normally, but I do believe that there are gods. I don't know the
She's a
power in worshiping them, but the stories I've heard about Eldath and you and Taldro, as he points over to Taldro, you seem like fine folk, and I mean you saved my life, so maybe perhaps if she is a force of good in the world, then she will show you the way.
I will meditate on all of this,
Right.
and I thank you.
Right.
I thank you for your time and for staying up and reading, and I do appreciate it.
Yes, of course. The font of knowledge. It's well, I mean, unremarkable. I still can't quite wrap it around my own brain. So I mean, I stayed up. Of course, why wouldn't I stay up the entire night? I could help you, my fine benefactors, help me in need, and well, learn more about the great city of Abathun, and all of the vast tomes of knowledge, all of the.
You learned more about Abathun.
Yes. I learned about its making. About the concords of the city. They called it that there were 3 layers. There's brass and bronze, and then a more silvered iron, and then in the very, very central chamber, it's spoken that in the books that it's made of solid gold, with a throne room for the dwarven king of Abathun.
Solid gold.
Yes, and the story, it continues. The story on the walls of Abathun, they continue further in, says the book. If only we could get past the door and past Mithrax.
Oh,
But I wouldn't want to anger him.
Well, he's our friend.
Right.
He said as much.
Friendly enough. He probably wouldn't be our friend if we tried to go into Abathun. I think he was given a very special task.
I see. You've given me a lot to think about. All of us, really.
I think if
To Abathun.
I'm sorry.
Would you want to go into Abathun?
Well,
Go there.
yes. But no, at the same time, I would probably prefer to hire an excavation or dig team and then send them down, and then I would go down. I'm not quite used to being trapped in a library ready to die at any moment's notice while there's a spectator looming over you. That was quite a new endeavor. I've never had to defend myself against a man until the other day as well.
I understand. If we were to try and get to Thrall Peaks, the legend, the area, the bound, how would we get there? Is there a map?
Well, yes, you can borrow mine. As he just like opens up the map that he's got again. He unfurls and he's there's really no issue. You can have mine. Which it's again it'd be right around in this area. And he points to like this hex on the map and that hex on the map. These two. Okay. He says it's about 5 days travel, according to my associate. And well, he did say that he found something. So look for him. Perhaps it would be somewhere at the bottom of the valley. It was rumored that it was in an ancient temple as well. So probably somewhere at the bottom of a valley. Could be nondescript. It's a vast mountainscape. But
I see. Maybe worth a try.
And there are well, rather unfriendly, but there are local barbarian tribes that do wander around the plains and the mountains.
Unfriendly, you say?
They can be. They can be extremely unfriendly, or they can be kind. I have no experiences or dealings with them. I have absolutely no idea. Only what's written.
Okay.
And what's written may not sometimes be accurate. So.
That's true enough. Well, I've taken a bath in stranger things than water. I suppose it's worth a look.
I do hope that you can find something. If you find Leogren, which I'm sure you would if you're looking for the same thing, do ask him more about this rot, because I have a strong feeling. It's too coincidental, but
right.
And now I'm just sort of mumbling to myself, and you see me writing things down.
Yeah.
And sort of walking in a circle. Right. And every once in a while I lift my head up again and
thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Anything. You gave me my life. And I couldn't be more thankful. And he goes, Keck, don't touch that. Please. That's very valuable. It's an ancient replica sword. Turns things to dust. Please don't touch it. Yes, outright dust.
We mustn't.
He doesn't know whether to just like he doesn't want to move.
It's also booby trapped. That might dissuade you.
Though
He like looks at you, Kales.
Touch the nice man's things. We're guests here.
And he goes ahead. Keck goes ahead and casts. God damn it! What the hell was it called? The hand.
Mage hand.
Mage hand, and he goes ahead and touches it.
Okay. I think as you cast the mage hand, there's a moment where he's Keck. No, Keck, please don't. As it grabs on, it just grabs. It doesn't do anything, but you see his eyes go.
You lied.
Keck,
I'm going to have to change that.
in a man's home, calling him a liar.
I'm kidding. It wasn't booby trapped. I trust my home. Not the front doors, but just please don't touch it.
I think we'd better get going. There's a lot of tempting.
Oh, before you go, Keck, those books, Keck knows that you would borrow. Did you have a chance to read through them at all? You find anything?
Not yet. I have not
Nothing?
read my book.
Would you?
We were sleeping.
Do you plan on reading it all, or?
I do.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, if you find yourself in town, just when you've read the book, maybe consider returning it at all to the library, as it would be.
That means we have to go back to the entrance and speak with.
My library. I meant. I would very much like to peruse the tome when I can.
How much are they worth?
Ancient homes from Abathun, hundreds of thousands of gold. They could be next. I mean, to the right person, of course, to the right person. It looks like he trails off and thought, I would never sell them. I have enough money. To last any venture. It's important to learn about our past.
You have enough gold?
He is squinting and visually just almost annoyed by the last comment. Just.
I'm sorry. Did I say something terribly wrong? What?
How much would you offer for them?
Oh,
Just out of curiosity.
5,000 gold.
Can I insight check to see if he's like giving a low ball?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, he did say that it was worth hundreds of thousands to the right person. I think so. You know, him saying 5,000 is a low ball. Yeah.
Would you mention 100,000?
What, to the right person? To the right person, of course.
Do you know where that person would be?
There is a collector in Othrandi. He's helped me, but you wouldn't be able to tell him I told you. He like gets a worried face for a moment. It'd be absolutely the utmost discretion that I did not tell you.
Oh no, your name is never mentioned.
Well, okay. Then
He kind of whispers to himself.
In part because I cannot say your name. What?
What was that?
What? What name? Whose name? I don't know whose name you're talking about.
Look for Gibbon Geld.
Gibbon Geld.
Gibbon Geld. As he like that.
Geld.
Gibbon Geld. He might be able to. It would be a shame if I couldn't read through them first.
We can lend you them to read.
Would be a shame.
But lend. I mean, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. I only merely want to glean as much knowledge as I can from them. Would you care to give me a read right now? I could. An hour is all I would need. For both books?
Oh well, there is a security concern when you give both over.
Right. I
give you one and then you get the other, and we take the other one back in there.
You could stay here for the hour that I'm reading it. It really wouldn't be a bother.
I look at Taljaro and I'm just like,
Oh no. An hour of books. This is truly a nightmare.
No, I understand if you. Right. You have things to.
Do we have anything else to do? And I turn to the group. Do we have anything else to do?
I could stay for the hour and watch over your book.
I feel pathetic saying that. You can tell.
And you don't have to.
A sigh in character.
I'm quite safe here.
It's no inconvenience, really, unless it's an inconvenience to you. Then of course we'll say no, and perhaps I can get it to you before you sell it to Gibbon. But I would love to read it.
Nick has no intention at all of like even moving his hand or anything like that.
Yeah.
The book doesn't exist to him.
You're just giving him like a stone.
Just
gold chase.
I don't have a book. No book.
well, I can see that
Really up to
you don't
also.
want to talk about it, so I can understand. It's hearing a book's rarity like that can trigger something, primal inside of us, I guess.
But if you think about it, we do not have much gold at the moment. You just imagine how much good could be done. Totally good, yes.
That's more set in his head.
But just imagine how much could be done with that.
You talking to him or are you talking to the party?
To him.
Right. And think of how much good innumerable knowledge could do. Imagine opening up the library of Abathun to everybody. Imagine being able to go and see what had happened on this continent that we've been on for so long and we know nothing about. Imagine knowing our history. Or the
Knowledge is power, but
gold. Yeah, the gold.
gold is even more power.
Well, I can give you 5,000 right now. Or if you would like to take it to Gibbon, I'm sure you can see him like grit his teeth through it. Like I'm sure he would give you a better deal. But it's up to you. I wouldn't need to buy it if I could just read through it for the hour.
Give me a moment. Kek.
You just walk over to the other side of the room.
Yeah, he walks away and starts to like play with some of the books. He goes to a far side of the room here.
Okay, what do we do? 5,000 now? Or we try travel across the world to find this give 'em gold? Which sounds like give 'em gold, to be fair. They would definitely have to give us gold.
What's the name of your book?
Kind of pull it out and look at
It's
it.
volume 2 of Nefarious Deeds Done in the Dark.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Why? What?
No reason.
No. You cannot hide this from me. We can hide it from the others, but what is it?
Well, I have volume 1.
Of what? Like, what does it say?
I don't know.
What was the title written in? Dwarven or?
It's written in Dwarven.
Yeah. We both understand
We
it.
would know.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to read.
He doesn't know how to read.
He understands 1 and then 2.
Yeah.
So we have 1 and 2.
If
I
there is
have-
2, maybe there is 3.
Mm.
And if each book is 100,000 gold, we're onto something. Wait. Okay, what if we give him your book, since yours is 1, that's 5,000. And then another 5,000 for this book. That's 10,000. Right now, we can go out on the town and buy all the food and weapons that we want.
What if he just disappears? He seems sneaky. Looking over his shoulder.
We are in his house, and there is plenty of wonderful things in here, no?
He said that there was a sword that would make me disappear. He's sneaky.
Do you believe that?
I'm looking at the invisible hand, just having basically one finger just up and down the blade the entire time.
Yeah. It's not doing anything each time.
If it actually turns something to dust, I can imagine that little hand trick of yours would be a pile of magical dust. Wait, that could be a money-making thing. Oh. We sell magic dust. We just keep, you keep sending a hand, touch it, more and more dust, and then we sell it.
Well, it's not turning to dust.
Pardon?
It's not turning to dust.
Oh, no, that is true. Maybe we need to find a real weapon that does that.
But I don't trust him. He's sneaky. Talks too much.
So
Let's hold
10,000
them.
gold.
Let's hold them. For now. We can
Okay.
come back soon.
Okay.
We need to read first. Also, you need
What?
to teach me to read.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? How can you not read?
I never learned.
Oh, now I understand. You were eating the crayons whilst I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Eating
they
them.
smelled like strawberries, but okay. Right, let's go over.
We walk over.
I just
We've-
imagine it's Homer Simpson shoving the crayon up
Oh
his
my God.
nose.
Keck gives me a huge Homer vibe. Oh man. You walk back over to him. He hears your footsteps and he turns to you from the corner. That he
So
says,
we have had a business meeting.
Okay.
We are going to hold on to them for now. We are not finalized on a deal,
Mm-hmm.
but we may let you read one of them.
Mm.
And
Right now? Oh,
Not now.
not right now.
Soon.
I'll wait.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, thank you again for everything that you've done. I understand. It just please remember, knowledge could help the world.
And so can gold.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. You're quite right.
Just think of
Okay.
it like this.
Oh, yes.
Gold helps us either get a weapon that is powerful enough to destroy the orange ogre.
The orange ogre, right.
He's a joker.
He's a joker. He's right.
The
He
joke
looks,
of an
he looks at
ogre.
the rest of you guys like
Combination of the words.
down with the orange ogre, right? Down with the orange ogre. Down.
The joker.
The Joker. The Joker, okay. And who's the Joker? Is this an ogre deity that I haven't heard of?
The ogre that is in our residence, our home.
Right. Uh-huh.
He's foolish with power.
Foolish. Okay. And
Corrupt.
anything else? Corrupt?
But he is a joke.
Is this in Og, the city of Og? Or outside of the city of Og?
I can't remember our hometown name.
It's outside the. It's a
It was
smaller.
outside, it was-
It's a smaller, like
Yeah.
I guess not even colony. It's just a smaller town.
like a
If
swamp
not,
village.
maybe
Isn't it on the
yeah.
map?
It's like south of Og.
We had marked it, I think.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
might
I
have
think
gotten-
it was
might have gotten
just.
deleted. We'll do. I'll throw another cabin on there.
It was just like south of Og, basically,
Yeah.
like southeast a bit.
Let's see. But he still continues the conversation even though you missed a beat there. He's, the Joker. I've never heard anything about ogre societies, and it's quite rare that we do. So if you have any information apart, I would love it.
Oh, well, that information is held to us ogres. You're not ogre.
Ah, right. I understand. I just. But could you tell me about the Joker? This. You would seem eager to talk about him.
Yes, I'm eager to kill him.
Right. And
He needs to be taken down.
how will you do it?
We find the biggest, the strongest, the most powerful weapon in all of eternity. And we cut off his head. And we make sure to go for the head, not for the chest.
Oh.
Otherwise, he may do something and it will be bad.
Do ogres come back once they've been killed?
I don't know.
If you don't
Maybe.
chop off their head, I thought it was like a troll thing, perhaps. But so
No, I just wish to chop off his head so his body is limp and lifeless.
that you can see him like cringe a little bit. That sounds like a noble goal.
And then we mount it.
And that is what. Then you mount it, of course.
The body.
As a sign
The
to
head
the
will be
rest of
burned.
the ogres that we do not take shit from no one.
Right, and starts to like jot down furiously. Like, right. Thank you. Ozug and Keki bows really quick. I understand this might have been hard to part with. Or looking at Kek's face, maybe not. Right. So you had said no deal, unfortunately.
Not for now,
Not
but
yet.
we may come back and give you one of the books to read.
I look forward to it. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. He like walks up and extends his hand just a little bit to shake yours.
The wrist.
And just kind of like,
Mhm.
thank you. Again,
Like-
Ogres,
Pat him on the head a little bit.
like, as you pat it, just like, and Kale.
That'll do, Gnome. That'll do.
Kale, if you could, I would suggest seeking out my colleague Leogrin.
Right.
He might be able to tell you. He might be able to confirm my suspicion. You might find him at the site. If not, you might find him in Othrandi. But I'd wager my entire fortune that he's there in the Eastern Mountains right now, looking for that fount as well.
I hope to find him.
Right, was there anything else you needed?
No, you've been quite helpful. Thank you.
Thank you again.
And I just kind of bow to him and
Yeah.
head to the door.
All right. You guys following suit now? I
I'm
assume-
drifting in and out of consciousness in the corner. No, come to and. Oh, no. Are we going?
We are.
Actually,
covered.
looking over, is there any chicken left?
There's the
Or is the chicken-
bones. I've eaten it.
Demolished it.
I wrap the bones up in a little thing, pick them up, put them in the bag, and put my gauntlets on. Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
That was very quick, Kale. Normally you spend many hours reading.
Well, you don't have to study anymore, Taldrum. Not unless you want to.
I do not want to.
All
There
right.
is no answers, no?
Well,
And as we walk, I'll just fill him in on the whole tale.
Yeah, on your way out, Wortman says, "Thank you, Taldro. Taldro, thank you for cleaning up."
Yes, of course.
Waves you all off.
Look after your library, yes?
I will, of course. Thank you, and I appreciate you not breaking anything. It's very rare that happens. So thank you.
I
You're like
assume this
walking
is
by
some
the
sort
vase
of,
that he broke on his way out.
I just assume it's some sort of racism, no? Become a little angry. I don't know why he thinks I would break anything. I just... yes. Calm
Thank you
myself.
again. Take care. Let me know if you find Leogren, because you guys are walking out the gate.
I see Taldro is getting a little peeved,
Yeah.
so distract him and bust out this map. Taldro and start talking a mile a minute.
and over here, and blah blah blah, and 5 days, and.
I for sure would have some questions.
You can ask him.
One of my questions is to you, DM. We would surely know that it's not a curse, or at least a simple curse. For sure there would be a cleric that would just try and do remove curse.
Yeah. I think you guys, you've detailed it in your backstories, I think, but you've been to previous clerics and other healers and such, and they've all been stumped. And no, remove curse and like lesser restoration.
I assume all the like proper basic bullshit in all the manuals and spells and shit we've done.
And yeah, you guys have tried all of it. Yeah, I think you had said that you had tried all of that, so I've just been assuming the entire time.
Yeah,
So,
I just don't want to assume that, like, oh my god, it was a level 3 spell all along.
Could you imagine? All you needed was cure wounds the
Yeah,
entire time.
Whatever.
Smiley face.
I mean, I'm like immediately like shaking my head at the witch. Then no, it's not witch. We have ruled out witch long ago. This one you forget.
And perhaps it's not, but what about the fountain?
We can try fountain, yes. You are sure this one is not just sending us on a wild goose chase? It was not very long he spent reading and he suddenly say he know where it come from, this curse.
I'm not sure, but
I'm like lifting up one of her arms as well and looking at it. There is no red crystal sap.
No, none of
He's
that.
noticed then, no?
Well, the animals that had the crystals, they were dead. But
But you have none of these.
no,
So it is not this, or it is this.
it's perhaps not the rot of the matron. But what if the
My bad.
fountain can heal me?
I think we try fountain first, and then maybe go and look at the red forest.
I agree.
It's better than reading book anyway.
And I guess we'll probably head back to Igor's unless anyone's got a notion to go somewhere else.
I want to go to the fountain already. I'm like heading towards the edge of town. Where are you going? He said that we have to travel to the east, no?
But
We don't have anything at the tavern, do we? Like, permanent wise, I don't.
I'm like straight up point. I'm like pointing at the sun. This way is east.
Lick your finger, just.
I think it depends on you guys, really. That's up to you guys to decide. You guys have had this room for a couple of days. Also, is this the right song here, finally?
Purely, I just don't understand how to not immediately start an order that I'm given. That is all it
It's
really
up to
is.
you guys if you've left some things behind. You would have to pay for the room and everything still. You had paid a little bit up front for the one night, but then you guys have been staying there previously or thereafter.
Right.
So you guys would have to pay your tab. But other than that, it's up to you if you've left anything behind.
I would be headed back there just also to ask Igor stuff and things, but I would say to Taldro,
we need supplies and we have to settle up with Igor.
Okay, you say so. I don't understand what any of that means.
Yeah, makes sense that Taldro wouldn't get it. Why would Taldro care about paying his tab?
I don't understand what a tab is. I've got all my supplies.
Yeah, you get everything.
This happens a lot though. She just says stuff that civilized people do, and I'm like, yeah, okay. You say so.
Okay.
Crazy, loco.
That's great. She's teaching both the ogres and the orc how to be civilized people.
I spent
Okay,
no time in towns.
If you both go to the tavern, I do wish to go to the blacksmith.
Okay, you go there then.
Alrighty.
It's early, is it? We woke up and it's like early.
Yeah, still about noon.
I'm
Yeah.
itching to leave then. I'm like standing on spot. Okay, you go to the blacksmith. We meet back here in less than 18 minutes. Dead serious.
18 minutes.
That is like,
It's more than enough
Okay.
time for you to walk to blacksmith, converse shortly, purchase, and return.
well, that may be like an hour or two in this world.
What world?
This world. You say 18 minutes, but the conversion into 2 hours.
I'm more than confused.
Hmm.
oh wait, we have rations because
I'm just thinking of how quickly time can pass.
we were
Time in D&D is a wibbly wobbly thing.
Yeah, but I don't know that I'm playing a D&D game. Only every single one of Connor's characters does.
Fourth wall break.
There's always fourth wall breaks.
I
Has to
know.
be.
I don't have them.
Okay is
So,
literally a fucking.
Taldro and Kale, you guys head to Igor's. Okay, and Ozug and Keck, obviously if one goes, the other one has to. So you guys head to Purdue's. Purdue's Can Do's, name of his shop. I think that's a good spot for us to take a break, right there. As we settle down, you guys start to spread out here real quick, and this turns into a shopping episode. So we'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
Yay!
Don't forget to check out the Patreon, and don't forget this Saturday we're showcasing a new show from Pumpkin Betty. It's going to be a 3-week run. She's running myself, Whack, Brad. I pointed at Brad when I said Whack, but Brad and Whack and PB's good friend Murgles. We're going to be playing ourselves in a horror campaign. And then Monday, Sector 49, our Judge Dredd wine system that Whack is GMing kicks off with some kick-ass people as well. So
Including me
check
and Jay.
including Brad and myself. I was just trying to get the break over with.
How happy are you with your character in Sector 49 on a scale
I
of
am-
1 to 10?
Okay, I'm not because the chat's gonna hate it, but I don't want to spoil it, so go to break. The chat's gonna hate my fucking character.
Okay, we're on a break now. See you in a few minutes. Hello, everyone.
And welcome back to Tablestory, Ragu Tagus. That's the
Oh.
new name. Sponsored by Ragu, the only pasta ad that used to play on Twitch. Back when there was like only one ad on Twitch, it was Ragu. It was a Spanish Ragu ad.
What
They
is
were-
pasta?
No one knows.
Pastas. What did you guys call it? Pasta? You pasta?
Yeah.
Pasta.
There's gonna be a death in the campaign soon, guys.
Yeah.
Right, so we catch you all, you and Taldro. We'll start with you guys as you, Kale and Taldro, you enter into the familiar site of Igor's bar, kind of pushing in. It seems like it's picked up a little bit now, more around noon, but Igor catches your eyes. You come in, waves, and then continues back to his work. What are you guys doing?
Absolutely nothing. I don't know why we're here.
So I would have a mind to settle up with him, but I also, I mean, he's got a scrying orb. Igor seems to know some shit. He's got his fingers on the pulse. So I would just approach him and ask him,
Igor,
Hello, Kale.
do you have a moment? We've gotten some information and I think we're going to head out, and
Oh,
so we need to settle up. And
right. You want the tab? Want to pick up the tab?
yes,
Yes, of course. And anything else?
well,
I'm going to bust out the map and point to where we're headed.
have you ever heard of Thrall Peak? Well, of course you've heard of Thrall Peak.
Yes, of course.
There's rumored to be a fountain, a life-giving fountain. Have you ever?
Fountain.
I start to feel a little foolish, so I'm like looking down at my feet now.
Igor has not heard of any fountains over there. Cannot say.
Of course not.
Not in the mountains. Why would a fountain be in the mountains?
Well,
Of
the
life, you said?
base of them. I did say that.
What is this life? What does it do?
Oh,
To heal you?
I hope.
Oh,
Right.
Igor can check. He can check for a fountain in the mountains if you would like.
Oh, would you?
Yes, of course. Give Igor 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Igor cannot invite you down today. We have a guest down there, but
Well,
I'll be
that's
back.
great. Thank you.
By the way, you owe 37 gold
Ah,
for your stay.
right. Between the four of
Between
us.
every, yes, the whole, yes.
Right.
Okay, Igor will be right back. And he lifts up the trapdoor in the middle of his bar there and goes down the stairs for a couple of moments. You guys are left here at the bar. There's a couple of people talking on either side of you. You guys just waiting here until he comes back up?
Yeah, I think I'll probably just hang out. Because now I'm pretty eager that he says he can
Yeah.
take
Yeah, I think he comes back after about 5-ish minutes, like he'd said. Kind of jogs up the stairs, closes it real quick, and Gil, there is good news and bad news.
All right.
Good news is you are going to the area where Igor knows.
Oh,
Very poorly. That was a joke. I'm sorry. That is bad news. Igor does not know the area, and I cannot find any fountain. But the good news is that there is people nearby the mountains where you are going.
Are they
It is a small settlement.
barbarians?
Igor could not tell.
Right. Thank you, Igor.
Of course, my friend. Of course. I will see you soon, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Be safe. Let Igor know if you kill a chimera in the mountains. Igor needs one.
Okay. You need a chimera.
Yes. Do you see this spot? He points to a spot like above the hearth on the wall. There's currently the head of roll me the both of you a history check if you can. You'd see a displacer beast. I think Taldra, you would recognize it as well. Maybe only seen them in books, and just small like monster manuals of rangers and such. But you see like this head just in full on the mantle. Yes, Igor needs to replace that. And I was thinking to myself today, and I said to myself, Igor, you need a chimera head.
Need one.
Do I know what a chimera is?
Roll me a nature check.
19.
Yeah. I'd say you'd know it as like a fiendish beast, lion, ram, and a dragon's head. And it kind of comes back to you even as he's saying. Would you imagine the lion, the dragon, and the ram? It would be amazing. Everybody would come to Igor's.
We can get one of these for him, yes?
I don't know if we can.
Yes.
Where do they live?
In the mountains.
We can get
Oh.
one. We can get one. It will be very easy.
difficult. Igor does not know if he has sent you on a
It
quest.
will be very easy, I say. Finally, my day I've woken up. Yes. Okay. Yes, it would be very interesting for us to find. With Ozag and a cake helping, it should be a no problem.
Okay.
Igor has faith. Maybe you will get stronger when you on the way. Hopefully. Just be careful.
I do not
please.
think I can get any stronger.
Did you? Was it you or was it? Which one of you guys arm wrestled Igor? Was it?
I think it was
It was like and Taldro?
I don't think I did. Did I?
think
I can't
I
remember.
thought it was the both of you.
I don't think I've
He,
done
like-
any real like displays of strength.
Okay.
I am safe and comfortable in the knowledge that I have a 20 strength stat as Taldra.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like petty like Ozag is, you know? I'm not nervous or anxious about it. I am very safe and comfortable in my own body, whereas he seems to be a little, you know, uncomfortable in his
I
own
wish for
body.
power and God.
But I flex.
Igor doubts that very much, my friend. You can become much stronger, and you will.
Yeah.
Come as you age, as you experience.
Yes, I often get told I look and act older than I am. Perhaps I can get stronger in the mind. I understand, Igor. Very
Igor.
clever.
Yes, of course, of course. The smarter you are, the older you are, the stronger. you
Of
will
course, yes.
be. This is how it works.
Must not look at things in such a simple way.
Right, of course.
I will remember
Igor
your
admires
counsel and
out of
teachings.
in thinking.
You are wise. Perhaps I will mentor under you next.
My friend, You killed my last apprentice, so does not end up too well, huh?
Well, perhaps your apprentice next will not be strong enough to kill me, as I will have mentored under you. Right?
This is
Always
given
have
me
a
some-
confidence in yourself.
this is true.
It was what my old mentor used to say.
Wise words.
The one before that is dead.
I'm sorry to hear. Igor will give you wise words then, as potential new trainer. Remember that you are bigger in heart than you think.
My heart is big. Okay.
It's a big heart. You have a big heart.
Yes, I am not sure what blood courses through my veins. Some of it is orcish, but many have tried to guess at it. I do not know. So perhaps, yes, you measure my heart, much like my body is probably much larger than it you would expect. But I do not
Yes.
intend to find out. It would harm me. To pull one's heart out would be very
Kill you.
dangerous.
You would be dead, yes.
So
But one day, if you
perhaps,
die, then Kale can take out your heart and tell you if you have big heart.
well, she would have to tell you I would be dead.
She could bring you back.
You would be able to verify at least.
This is a little uncomfortable.
Right,
Right. Chimera head. If you can, you see one.
easy,
Just-
no problem.
Done.
All three.
Okay, all 3 heads. Is that
You may eat here for free. Absolute free. If you give me Igor that head.
forever?
Yes.
And
Amazing new mantelpiece. Are you kidding me?
You
It will
just
bring in
guaranteed
so much more
that we will
profit
bring
than I
back.
would be losing.
We will
That's-
definitely bring it back now once I tell this to Cake. Also, you will probably go out of a business.
Igor will have to consider that.
Hmm.
Please tell him maybe all the food in a day or 3 plates. If this
3
happens.
plates
A day
for free.
for free.
that's
Yes.
sensible.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because it is, I mean, that is why it was so expensive. 2 plates every time on top of yours, that adds up.
Right.
Right. Was there anything else Igor could help with?
No.
No.
Thank you. We'll be on our way.
Lovely.
We have
Thank you
less
so
than
much, my
3
friends.
minutes. And
Thank
Uh,
I've been counting the minutes.
yeah. Do you give him the gold? Yeah.
I do give him the gold. I'll
Okay.
have to see if I can pry some out of the ogres.
Yeah, you hand him over the gold. I think at the beginning of the conversation, he at the end of it, he takes the sack here, puts it underneath the counter, and he's right. My friends, please be careful. Come back so you may eat all of Igor's merry food. Yes.
We hope to.
Perfect. Say hi to Kek and Nozag, please.
We will.
Very well.
You know.
Safe travels. Yeah. And he waves you off. I think we pan the scene over to Ozug and Kek as you two come into Purdue's. It's broad daylight. You kind of catch someone as they're coming out. It's like a small human woman, and as she walks out, she's immediately met with this lumbering ogre figure, and she oh
To you too.
I'm sorry. Master Ogre. Hi. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm so sorry.
No,
She-
no. Have a wonderful day.
Master?
Thank you.
Oh, you got called master.
She kind of starts to scurry away. You guys peek your head in the door. Maybe I feel like this door is a little smaller than most of the ones that have been accommodated for your size, unintentionally or intentionally. And I think you guys have to like do this thing where you go horizontal a little bit. and you-
Okay, to me, to you. To me,
Yeah.
to you. Down, in. Oh.
One head gets in. Oh, so I guess your head comes in. There's a Purdue's sister Tatiana standing at the counter. You notice her. She's hello. Can I?
What?
Did you get the second head in? Keck comes in.
Mm.
Oh, hello again. Hi, how are you?
Doing very well.
What can I help you with?
I was wondering, is there any weapons of grand proportion that you may have?
I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean?
Or something that is has a kick behind it? Maybe, it has a little bit of that
Warhammer?
hocus
A little bit of
pocus
that?
magic-y stuff. Well, I prefer the axes, the great axe.
I've got no magic axes. I'm sorry, big guys. Got nothing on sale here.
Do you know if we could find any? Or?
Well, you find plenty of magic items up in Othrondi. That's usually where most smart merchants that take their wares. That's where everyone is.
Othrondi.
Here we sell the basics. You can pick up anything you want here, swing it around if you'd like. Just let me know if you need help. But as far as magic, maybe Finbar to the northwest, and Othrondi.
I thought we were already in Finbar.
No, this is Finbar, and that's Finbar.
Bar.
Yeah.
Bar. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. It's quite confusing, but it's older than me, and I don't even know.
We were in Finbar, not Finbar.
Right. Finbar, and then Finbar.
We're in Finbar. But
yeah, Finbar.
Finbar.
Yeah, it's Finbar, and then Finbar.
Bar.
Yeah.
Yar.
Bar.
Keck mentally is just fried. You can actually see a little smoke just.
Oh, this is good since there's 5 or 10 minutes left in your bar. Yeah. So, big fellas, what can I get for you?
You said we could swing around a couple.
Right. Yeah. Anything you anything on this page here is available. Just anything you see on the walls, just give me a holler. You buy anything over 100 gold, you get a free sling. And she holds up like the branded sling that you guys had seen, the Purdue's can-do's branded sling.
Do you have a practice dummy?
Can't say we do. Never really thought of that, actually. Is that a thing? Is that a thing in other towns? Do they do that?
Well, usually, you have training setups and you whack against the dummy to see, practice your hit.
Right. I can bring out a sack of grain if you want.
Oh, do we have to clean up the grain afterwards, or?
No, that's no worries. Only if you buy it. The weapon, that is the weapon.
So if I don't buy it, I don't have to clean it.
If you don't buy the weapon, then I'm bringing out a whole sack of grain for you to stab with something. So I'd hope that you buy it. The weapon.
Maybe I hit it with a couple of things. We'll see.
Right. Okay, I'll grab the sack. Goes and disappears behind that the lone door behind the cash register, quote unquote. And you see her appear again through the same door a couple moments later. Kind of you see the door open. This halfling woman dragging. You hear that as she's dragging it out. Slowly pulls it around the counter. Oh, right. I'm gonna set it up. Right here. Okay. Now.
Are you sure you want to place it against the wall?
You're right. I'll get a barrel. We'll prop something up against it. Hold on. Give me a moment. She goes behind the counter again. There's a couple moments. You hear like a bang or two, and then kind of the as she starts to like roll out this large barrel. Gets caught on the corner, and it flips vertically just to do that thing where you right it, and then you flip it back horizontally, and keeps rolling it, and she flips it a couple of times. And could you, hey big guy, could you lift that up on top of the barrel for me?
It's like with ease.
The grain, yeah, the grain. You just reach down and heft it up. Wow. Yeah, right. Pick anything up. Give it a smack if you want.
Keck just open palm, just slaps it.
Gives a little give,
good.
Like readjusts a little bit.
just
I think the
backhands it a couple more times. Just,
yeah.
Pick up a Warhammer or something.
Yeah.
All right. Swing. Let's hope it's not a swing and a miss.
Yeah, let's hope.
And I hit it in a way where it goes towards the counter.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like full baseball.
Oh, so you're hitting the sack of
sack.
grain force. Okay. Yeah. Give me a strength roll. I think just a strength. Are you oh, you are proficient. So yeah, strength with your proficiency with martial. Or just roll like another weapon if you want.
Would it be a D20 plus
Strength and proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever your crazy strength scores are. Broken fucking characters.
Now, how much health does this? No.
Okay.
So,
I think yeah. So it's a hit. You kind of wind up and you give it a whoop, and you smack the sack of grain. It doesn't burst on impact, but instead there's a small like rip on the back as it just like against one of the walls slams down onto the ground and kind of spills out a little bit. And she wow that was it. Oh my god. Kind of like runs around the corner, checks on yeah, okay, you broke it.
Oh,
I hope that was the weapon you wanted to test. Oh my god. You like look at the wall. There's like a small dent in the wood, like the wood's kind of splintered in from the hit.
oh.
Yeah, I won't charge you for that. That one was my fault. I should have known. We should have been doing this outside, out back.
Oh, well, yeah, that would have been helpful, actually. Maybe we could have tried it against a tree or something.
Yeah. Well, how do you like it?
Has a nice swing to it, but
Got a good feel?
just trying to imagine that was someone's head and just,
Would have been against the wall, yeah.
well, would it have been clean decapitation?
She like looks over. Yeah, I reckon. I never seen a warhammer decapitate anyone, but I mean, I reckon with those swings, with those big arms, you guys could do it.
What do you think, Ek?
meh. He's only like half paying attention because he enjoyed slapping it.
I think you're strong enough. What do you say, 15 gold?
That seems fair.
Perfect. Throw her up on the counter, and I'll get you rung through. She like walks around behind the counter again and pulls out a small sack and she, right, gold in here, please.
8,
Number 15.
1, 5, 9, 21, 400,
8,
10,000.
9, 6 more.
2,
10,
10,099,
11,
69, 69,
12.
420.
Okay, 13. We got there. Okay, getting close.
1 million,
Okay, that's 4. Just put one more on the counter.
10 billion.
Okay, perfect. Great job.
And you're supposed to be the smart one.
She's right. That wasn't too difficult. Well, here you are. She kind of like pushes it forward on the counter a little bit. This wooden counter, it like falls over. It's pretty nice. It's pretty simple. But you can tell there's been a little bit of care put into the hilt here. There's a bolt on a couple of bolts throughout the hilt that she had mentioned last time, if I'm not mistaken, for more weight. And it's got kind of simple wraps, but it does have like a small what's it called, like fetish hanging off of it.
Does it have like one of those wrist straps at the bottom?
Yeah. It would have something to probably not like right at the bottom. There's probably oh, you mean like on the bottom of like a small warhammer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I can probably spin this around and then whoosh, rack it around the face.
Yeah, you might be able to. That's a small hammer, but it packs a punch. And was there anything else? What about you, big guy? Points at you, Kek. What do you want?
I'm good.
Right. Well, thanks for your business. Thanks for coming to Purdue's.
Did we like
Apologies.
while we were in here? Did we hear any other like any talking? I guess in another room. Any sounds? Anything that would maybe be provocative? I guess. Anyway.
give me an investigation or a perception check rather.
Can I give him advantage?
Yeah, we'll give. I'll give you guys both advantage because you're both walking.
And that case, advantage. Fantastic.
No, I think aside from like your kind of like shuffling form, the heavy footfalls as you guys move around and walk around, and Tatiana's talking up a storm. I don't think you can hear anything other than the slight like rabble from outside in the market. You don't hear anything else in the house, though.
Okay. Because I think we were around when we were asking on how the yeah. But Keck's not that concerned about it. Just was curious.
Okay. She's so that's it, yeah.
I believe so.
Right. Oh, have a good one. Thanks for shopping at Purdue's.
I don't suppose you know a man. What is his name? Gibbon Geld.
Never heard of him. Is he in town?
No, I wish to know where he lives.
Well, I'd maybe ask around the other people in town here. They might know where he lives. If he's a local, they'll know him.
I'm uncertain, but thank you anyway.
Of course.
My apologies if we break your door.
No, just do that careful thing that you were doing before you came in, and you're fine. Yeah, you're gonna start to.
I let Keck go through first.
Okay.
Then Ozog just kind of reluctant. Douche.
Do
it.
Yeah, you get out, kind of break out into the market again. You're immediately met with the sounds of the city, and Taldro and Kale are walking
Angrily.
angrily up to the blacksmith shop.
Uh-oh.
I said 18 minutes.
It has been 17.
There's no way it's been 17 because it was more than that in real time.
Roll a d20.
Granted, both scenarios.
I roll a d20.
D20? It's easily going to be under.
It has been 17.
Yeah, roll a d20.
No, I'm looking at the Twitch chat because of the timestamp. But
Has it literally been 17?
Wait, did you timestamp it?
It's literally all right. I'll give it to you. If it's actually been 17 minutes, we'll just say for the sake of it, you guys are around the same time.
What the fuck, Connor?
Yeah.
Taldro's just saying.
I scrolled up. I honestly think it was 17 minutes.
Jesus.
I strike him dead.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed we got through that in 17 minutes IRL. Yeah, you see Ozug and Keck leaving the store, and you guys catch up. What are you guys doing? What are you saying?
Let's go.
It was 37 gold, mostly apparently due to how much Keck ate. Do you think we could settle? I paid.
How much?
I pointed him. He's got the money.
It's in his coin purse.
It's not. I looked down at my side.
Oh, I thought we put it in yours. All right. How much?
And this is where I'll have to ask the DM. What percentage of that was theirs?
I think about.
I mean, how many meals did I double up on? It was like 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
Some of them were Taldro paying for though.
Yeah,
Right. We did. Yeah, we
So
did pay
I
our
think it
bar
would
tab though.
be a regularly like a just a like 10, 15 gold, like an even split. Then if you guys, because Taldro did offer to pay for 2 meals. It's true.
We did pay for our
Yeah,
drink.
out of the 4 that
First
we
night,
had.
First night you guys paid, yeah.
Yeah, out of the 4 that we had.
This is.
'Cause I thought we always
lodging.
paid for meals.
Yeah, we always paid after receiving.
Yeah, we
me
paid
check.
for meals every time because it wasn't incorporated at all. There was always and then the guard paid for another meal.
That's true. She did.
I think we paid
So
after
then it
every
would've
meal.
been- okay, so then
Which
it
is
would
lodging.
If you guys did pay for the meals, my bad. I thought you guys hadn't. 12 gold. 12 gold. For the drinks and the rooms, and
Gotcha.
and so then it would have been an even split for you guys. So just add back in, what is that, 15 no, 25 more gold Tuesday, and it would have cost you Ozug and Keck 6 gold. Sorry guys, I forgot you were paying.
I don't know that we paid for breakfast, but I just took an apple, so.
Well, it's also so you guys were living comfortably, and part of that includes some of the food and water that you guys had in the bedroom as well. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
if you're just
Like
grabbing snacks from the bedroom, like you had said, you were grabbing an apple. That's not going to cost you
the
anything.
mini fridge is like filled, and yeah.
Yeah, that's put into your 2-ish gold a day for living comfortably. But it's 2 gold a day, and that stacks up. So, what are you guys doing?
How much gold was it?
Oh, I've got it sorted.
But you need to take away 6 from yours? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it'd be 6 from Ozug and Keck.
Gotcha.
Okay. 1, 12, 99, 400, 401. There you go.
Right. Thank you.
We ended up giving her and the lady in the blacksmith $1 million.
1 million.
$1 million.
A lot. What did you get for 1 million?
He just kind of swings the warhammer around.
Whoa, that's rather large.
It's not that large.
I plan on using it like bat. Remove people's head.
Well, that's
And if necessary, we can throw it at them. Knock them out.
Could come in handy. So I'm gonna bust out the
It's
map.
not a serrated edge like the great axe. Hopefully, it will reduce the amount of killing.
oh,
There's be incredibly amounts of bodies laying on the ground asleep.
okay.
I have the thing.
For a long time.
There you go.
So I'll have, while that's going on, I'll have pulled out the map. Tried to figure out which way we need to leave town.
Back up slowly.
While you guys are looking at the map here, I think roll me a quick survival check as you just look it over. Okay.
You're gonna survive.
She survives.
Jeez. So you would know that each hex here is a day of travel. Kind of the same that we did in Duskvale. Each hex here is a day of travel. And
Like
sorry, I
3
just wanted to
smiley face.
to the smiley face. Yes.
Okay, so 3 days to the smiley face, and we need to head east. So that's simple enough. Although we'll have to cross that river, so hopefully we just follow a road out. I imagine there'd be a bridge on the road. So yeah, I'm looking for an eastern road leaving town.
Okay. The eastern road that you guys have been taking out of town is pretty much the only road that will lead out that far.
Okay.
Do you guys start to travel? Do you guys start to walk along?
I
So
think
we're-
so. No,
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
itching. I am itching to leave.
Okay.
I have a
Um,
psychotic thing going on where I'm just standing around like, come on, we have to go now.
But we know it's not gonna be cool. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'd say it's about like 1 past, 2 past in the afternoon now as you guys set out on your day, setting away from Finbar and continuing over to the Thrall Peaks. Catch you guys as you're just heading out of the town. Just as you're about to leave, there is a point where the road stops, and it's kind of like you kind of have to go back down that way that you went to Tabbathune. It's a relatively the same route. And you all set out. I think we get these scenes here maybe of you guys traveling outside finally, the kind of the hills, the rolling hills in the background with you guys like silhouetted against the skyline, slowly leaving. I think let's do this the same as we did in Duskvale, and for Zot, if you weren't sure, let you guys take on each of the jobs during travel if you'd like to. Who's going to be spotting for you guys?
Not Keck.
What was it for
I-
survival or
Yeah.
It was
actually,
perception, survival?
In that case, Keck might actually be good.
Yeah, if it's perception or survival, I would be
Yeah.
a decent.
So it's
Yeah, 'cause-
perception to scout, survival to find your way, to find enough supplies. But you guys have supplies that you're bringing, which
Yeah.
you're gonna have to keep track of every time you rest and everything. Knock those off every now and again during the session, as if you're traveling. So who's what is this? Oh, thank you.
That's what I
appreciate it.
used, plus the scout
Yeah.
thing I added at the end.
Thank you. I was looking for it. I had it last week, but I
I
lost it in my
had a
notes.
weird one for Desfell because you were in the desert, but that's what I use normally.
This is.
I sent him a thing. If you guys are all wondering,
Yeah, sorry guys.
I sent him a
So you
thing
can-
that's the
A
travel
thing.
task that I
Yeah.
used before.
Navigate, draw a map, track, forage, and scout. You guys don't need to draw a map, and you might not need to forage. Depends. So who wants to navigate? The character navigating, you will be helping the group, preventing them from being lost. And tracking is exactly what it sounds like if you guys are trying to follow anybody else's tracks here. And scouting is so that you can just keep an open ear to the ground and look out for any impending dangers.
Sure.
Keck was
You
pretty
guys
good
can
at
double up for advantage.
Keck was good at I guess tracking and everything like that in the cave.
Keck's like a bloodhound. Like we have him on a leash, and he's just like,
yeah.
you
There's
go
a scent,
first.
there's a trail. There's a
I know it's gonna be meta, but the ogre could like be scouting and
And doing something else. Yep.
looking around because
or you guys can double
Ozig
up
is
for advantage.
proficient in perception and survival.
So if you guys are both doing that, I would just give you advantage and one of you makes the roll. Is how that would work. So the ogre, you guys are gonna handle scouting, or the survival, the navigation part of it.
I was thinking maybe one of us could do either or.
Either or. Okay. Which one?
What do you want to do? So
I mean, I could do tracking. That should be scouting is more perception, right? Yeah. Yeah, he was able to track more than anything as far as like, in the cave and whatnot. So, Keck looking at the ground, nothing new.
Okay.
I was looking around, perceptive.
Okay.
Perceptive.
Taldro and Kel, what are you guys doing? How are you guys helping?
I've got rather high perception and pretty good survival as well. So
I
don't-
fucking suck at both of these things. Just so you're aware, I failed basic training for survival, scouting, nature-based stuff. I live in a forest and still failed. Okay,
it's tough. That's what he's going to be doing.
remember that mentor of mine that died?
Yeah.
Let's just say it ended my basic training for survival, tracking, perception-based things. Okay, all I can do is wait for the fucking bandits to jump on us and hit them back.
So yeah, we can start out with them doing it if we want. And
If
then-
we've traveled, if we've traveled before, I think it's a thing that you would all know that I'm not very good at it.
Sure.
But I'll just be the like double up of anything that we might need more of. So if we think we need to track better, I'll do that. If we need to scout better, and I'll do that. But it's very likely I will be the worst one out of all of us for those checks. I legit
Okay.
have like a -1 in survival.
Give me one sec.
All I can do is hit shit.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and Keck, give me, and anybody else that's helping with navigating, give me your survival check. Or is anyone else helping with navigating?
God, I hope so.
But yeah, I mean, I was gonna say which one do you want me to back up, but since we can kind of meta this now,
Go ahead.
I pointed in.
You can do it in character if you want.
I pointed
Something
Then
in.
it's not meta.
Die.
I pointed in the direction of west, and Keck immediately is looking north, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that.
Well, we're going east, so I mean.
Oh yeah, in east.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the map bullshit as a backup. So survival, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then nobody is helping with the perception check. Okay. Okay. So Let's take
This
you.
is gonna go so well.
If they like the most of the time, I noticed the other day when I was running Darkfire that none of them had the Outlander background.
Yeah.
I don't know what your backgrounds are in this, Keck and Ozug, but the Outlander thing means you don't need to do that map bullshit. You always remember the kind of route and stuff that you took.
That was Jesse's bullshit that he had in
And Jesse had it in Dustveil, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I think the way if you don't have somebody like keeping an eye on where you go, if we get off track and get lost, then we can't easily find our way back. Is the point of that map thing?
Yeah.
So-
Exiles don't have anything like that, do they?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No.
I think
have
we
it.
are.
It's like
pretty-
it's the Outlander feature. I can't remember what it's like. Fucking
It's
something.
like you never get lost.
Yeah, and you
basically.
can forage
Right.
really easily for food and stuff.
We're
like
gonna
that.
use Tuesday's picture for you guys because I don't have the ring for the map, so I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll get it next time, and it would just require me to upload it, and it takes too long.
Just type circle in.
Um,
There's a couple of good
types-
ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or ring, circle or ring in the little thing is pretty good. I know that this is all bullshit and it's irrelevant, but
Yeah, it's okay. I'll do it real quick and just see. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let's give you guys this one. This
the
one's-
One Ring.
Huh,
You must destroy
There
it,
you go.
Frodo.
take it, Samwise and Keck, to the mountain.
Fuck that. Keck's wearing it. And Keck is wearing it.
As you guys start to head out here, we catch the four of you. Again, traveling along the hills. I feel like there's a couple moments where Keck just, for some reason, continues to try and go north, Taldro, and you have to like no, and turn him again. It's just Keck just wants to, it's this way, and you start to veer off in that direction. With Kale helping a little bit with your knowledge that you've gotten from Wortman. I think you guys travel for about, I'd say, 6 hours across these plains here. It's an easy trek. Most times when you're traveling on the dirt roads, they're a little traveled, but not too set in place. And then there's often time where you'll come up to the end of a trail and just have to cut through a field, continuing east with your eyes set on those thrall peaks as they continue to tower above the whole continent here and continuously get closer and closer. I think there comes a point where at the end of your maybe not the end of your travels here, but you guys reach a moment where you're coming over this hill, and as you stand atop it, you can see the river, the Jade River that runs from the lake there from the north. There is no bridge. It seems, as you look up and down, there's no bridge north or south. And the water seems to kind of rush by in the southern direction at a decent speed. What do you guys want to do?
I take it whatever path we were on is gone.
Yeah, this is it's about an hour ago. You guys maybe finally wandered off the last beaten path, and you've just been kind of hiking it across these hills here and these kind of grasslands, these plains, or these fields. Sorry. So it's just been walking through these fields of tall grasses and small bushes for the past hour.
Are we talking like river rapids or normal river or like?
You can roll me I'd say give me a investigation check to see how fast if you want, but it's I mean they're going fast enough that it might worry you guys upon seeing it. It's definitely you can't wade through, but if you want to know like how fast maybe
4.
fast.
This will kill us. Get
wide across
away!
is it?
I run in the opposite direction, feared by the river.
Say it's about 40 feet across,
Okay.
maybe just under
Hmm.
at a first glance.
Remind us, Og, where are we going?
We're going east to the mountains, so we need to cross the river.
What is in the mountains?
A fountain of
And I look a little embarrassed and look down at my feet again.
healing.
Who's hurt?
I am Keck.
Is it like a bath spring? You know, where you lay down inside and you relax. It's nice and bubbly.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh,
It would be nice.
Wait, are you carrying like
fucking big
anything on your
tent.
back, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Like, are you wearing like? Let me help you with that then. Like, he tries picking up the bag like off of her and everything.
Do you let him? Do you like do the thing where you just let the backpack slide off?
I think if he was lifting it off, I would suddenly just be like, "Oh, this is because Talger's always loaded because by default he has to take more than I take." So if there's a
Kind of picking up with my finger and just going,
Yeah, just a big fat finger is holding pretty much everything that you struggle to carry on a daily basis. This big fat finger is just holding it like nothing. Like
I
nothing.
mean, it's hard for me to walk and have this armor on, and I feel like that probably slows us down a little bit in terms of, well, I would probably have to sit, every couple of hours, and just like rest.
Yeah.
on the finger, tie it to my side, like next to like the book and everything.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that will help quite a lot. Thank you.
Never really knew she was hurt, so or like anything. So she's hurt. He's precious.
Yeah.
I'm still staring at the river. We're going to have to find another way. We cannot cross this.
Oh. If we
Looking, I guess now that we're very much off the beaten path, is there any, I guess looking up and down, there's no bridges, no nothing, no traffic. Other side, is there a road that we can possibly see?
Cursory glance, I don't think so. You can give me a perception check to like really just just your first glance. Like I said, there's nothing to the north or south bridge wise that you can see. I think as you look like maybe a little further up, see the silhouette of something, and then like as you focus, it's just a tree, a little further up on one of the side embankments, and then looking further south, no bridge.
Are there any trees like around us on our side?
Yeah, I'd say there's maybe 2 or 3. One that you just passed about 20 minutes ago that was pretty large, but there's 2 or 3 smaller, like not saplings, but young
Still
enough.
grow,
skinny
okay.
enough, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Whatever a adult or a teenager tree is.
Teenager tree.
A tree-nager.
A tree-nager. They're just tree-nagers.
Wow.
I'm super proud of that because I don't do puns.
I'm actually really proud of you right
Thank
now.
This tree Ozog needs to have a moment.
Are these trees perhaps greater than 40 feet?
No. No, I think the tallest one that you guys had passed the 20 minutes prior was about maybe 25 feet tall at your best guess. These ones are maybe 5 to 10 feet under that. Not too thick either, but they can maybe cover half the river if you cut them down.
Yeah, those aren't tree-nagers. Those are saplings.
They're underdeveloped, okay? God.
I'm sorry to any botanists in the chat. I bet.
Oh, I wish Cake knew how to use that ring. I'm just gonna go and
I actually forgot that he still has the ring now.
I'm just gonna go and
He's just collecting.
turn around and say, we have to walk up or down this river until we find a way across, up or down.
Keck turns north.
So I plunk down, and I start holding my my talisman. And I'm gonna start meditating on it, and I'll say,
just give me just a moment.
and I'm just gonna see if the goddess Eldath can give me any guidance
Okay.
on my journey.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is going on here?
Give me a religion check, just a flat religion check, as you converse.
Oh boy.
I think you sit down, clutching your talisman. As you as you slowly start to feel yourself slipping away, that kind of feeling of nothingness, that lightness seeps into your body, and your thoughts start to become kind of a blur as they just transfer. Each of the days passings, you just start to focus in, or rather not focus on either memories, thoughts, anything that's trickling in, and I think eventually you feel it starting to work. You're starting to settle down, and as you clutch it tighter and you call out, what do you say?
Ooh, I'm saying things. I'm calling out.
Are you just trying to get like what are you doing? How
So
are you trying to
I
contact her?
meditate every morning, and that kind of it's sort of like a communing with Eldath. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
I have any pressing issues, I'll
Mhm.
have those in my mind as I sit down to meditate. So now I'm trying to do that on the spot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Just trying to sit down and see what happens. Yeah, I think
anything floats to the surface, basically.
there's nothing that comes to you. I think as you kind of reach out past your consciousness and maybe channel some of that divine energy. I think it just
Drawing a blank.
worked fine this morning. You know, I don't know if you've ever directly contacted Eldath, as in if you guys have ever spoken back and forth, but I think it's there. You're just left there with maybe a feeling of nothingness after a while, after you realize the meditation doesn't quite reach out in the way that you want it to.
So I stand back up and just kind of brush my my gear off and say, I just I don't know. And I'm looking at the map. I can see that if we go south, it meets the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? So stands to reason there'd be more settlement there because the river is a conduit, to the continent. So my guess, looking at the map, is I would say, I think perhaps we should go south.
Why?
Well, there's
Keg's head just whips
nothing.
around. Just,
There's nothing north, and people settle around rivers, especially at the coast. So
It stands to reason, and I just go through that kind of thought process. Like, if we go south, we might run into something.
The path heads south, which means there more likely to be a bridge, perhaps, but the river itself runs northeast, so we are sort of making progress a little if we go north.
it's true. Both ways go east, but that one north is closer.
Perhaps we put to vote.
Kek?
North or south?
Where do you wish to go to mountain? Are the mountains like in clear view?
Yeah, they're in clear view. Past this river here is pretty much just plains. It's a little hilly. I don't think you can see it too well, but if you zoom in, the hills kind of stop right around here, and it just turns into grasslands and plains from that point out. As you can pretty much see over some of these smaller hills and crests in front of you, but all of this mountain range is visible. Yeah, it's
We also have
visible
a
from
map.
pretty much most of the continent. What were we saying?
And it is obvious you want to go to mountains, so we go to those mountains. Maybe we
Yes,
can find the bridge up the river.
that is precisely what we are discussing. We are deciding which way to go, north or south.
So north. If we go south, we go that way, which is the opposite way to the mountain.
Yes,
Right,
but there is a road south. Perhaps the road lead across the river is what we are thinking.
I think we can make it if we go north.
One vote
That's-
north.
3 for north, 1 for south. We go north.
All right. So you guys start to. How close are you walking to the river? Are you keeping it on like a little bit away, or?
I think pretty close.
Pretty close?
I'd say
I'm just
within
following it. For,
20 or so feet. Yeah, within
Okay.
it.
Use this
Okay.
kind of like a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think as you get a little closer, you can hear it rushing a little bit. I think you it's not. You can kind of tell as you get up close. It's not rushing too fast. But it's still fast enough to worry you guys yet again. As you continue going north along the this riverside here. I think you after about an hour or two of walking up, as the sun starts to set and darkness starts to fall, you guys are left with no vision. Well, not no vision, but no light. You guys all have dark vision, right? Or no?
I do.
I think everyone's got dark vision.
Yeah.
Except for I got super dark vision.
You have super dark vision. Yeah. So Keck, roll me a perception check with advantage then.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a moment where like the sun starts to go behind the peaks to the east, and oh my god, why are your guys rolls so shitty?
So bad.
I hate Roll20 when it comes to rolling. It hates me.
Your vision does that little thing where it like clicks over into dark vision, and you guys start to see the world in like a more grayish pallor. You see up ahead of you, Keck, there is a tall tree about like 40 feet away from the river. From the river on your right, and this tree just a little bit up on top of a hill. But no bridges in sight.
Looking at the tree, just kind of like visualizing if it were to tip over, would it cross the bridge in the right angle? Like, just playing it out as like almost like a like a 50s cartoon. Just a.
I think you get the idea that it might. It's certainly longer than the one that you'd passed before.
Where's a tree?
Many times. But do you want us to build a bridge?
We cut down tree, we cross.
That is the way to do it if we can find a big enough tree.
If it's like 40 feet,
I'd say about as thick as you guys, maybe a little bit less.
I was looking Keg are pretty thick.
Yeah,
we
thick with like 3 Cs. Yeah, it looks like it's like kind of like one of those old like oaks. It kind of starts to like gnarl and twist off a little bit, but there is still a straight enough portion that goes up. Just kind of sits alone on this hill.
You have a great axe.
He kind of just plops it on his shoulder, just like a lumberjack.
Thoughts?
We can try.
Okay.
Good enough.
If Ozag and Kek can cross the river, then we can cross the river.
All right. Daldro, I need you to piss me off.
Just gonna stare into Taldro, waiting.
I just say, why don't I just cut it down if you are feeling a little weak today?
No, I want to get it over and done with quicker.
You think that would have pissed him off?
That should have pissed you off.
That should have pissed him off.
That would have pissed me off.
That was actually the point, but I
got that.
I'll just carry it. It's okay. If you're feeling like a small little baby, not strong enough, I can do it. Look at my muscles. They're very strong. It's okay. You can understand this. You're not as strong as
Okay, I get it. Shut the fuck up. Go into a rage.
Also, just for the record, he isn't actually as strong as me, just so you know. Just so in real life, Connor can be pissed off as well. Just to help him method act. He's a method actor.
All right.
Just let you know, I am actually stronger than Ozark. Sorry, carry on. In character.
I think. How does it look when you rage this time?
Like that. That's what it looks
on
like.
The axe is getting just even more immense, where it's like just beginning to slightly shake. It's like the entire arm is just like.
Fingers have gone.
But he's trying to tunnel vision on the tree instead of just turning around and backing him.
Yeah, you're like white knuckling this axe. Go up and give me a strength check. as you walk up to the tree.
With advantage.
Yeah, with advantage here because of Keck helping you.
Double 20.
Nice.
Okay. So I think what happens here is you see Ozug just starts and you just walk up to the tree. Keck, you lose all control of your hand.
Oh yeah, no, Keck is just full on just like looking at him, just the corner, just
yeah. Keck's doing that like side thing where the neck is a little bit off the head, looks a little jarring.
Just eyes are darting back and forth. Just
and you give it a swing, and you hear the loud resounding like crack. A couple of birds that were in the tree immediately fly out. A white raven and a couple of other black ravens fly out of the tree here.
I really hate to be that guy.
What?
Is he standing in the right angle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like, if he's gonna chop it down and it goes the wrong way.
He has killed Kale.
It still is a little ways away from the river here. Like it was about 40 feet away from the river.
Oh, we still got to drag it over. All right.
Yeah, you guys are still have to drag it over. But you are in the right spot. You deliver the first cleave into this tree trunk. I think like a sizable chunk starts to just pops out from to create the wedge. And then you get in there, you get the wedge just a little bit more right with a couple more swings, and then finally just and it just
Timber.
as it falls and starts to, you see it like slide down the hill a little bit, like 5 feet, but it finally crashes.
You better move.
Half an hour to
But
like
no dancing.
45 minutes to do it, I think.
Okay, you take that side. I'll take this side. Let's go. It's dark.
I guess we both grab a side and start shoving it towards the.
Give me quick strength checks, or yeah, strength.
That's
I
be a normal
do.
roll this time since it took so long for the count it down.
Yes.
Can I do an athletics check instead?
Yeah, you can do athletics instead. I was gonna say it, but I already made you do the
Thanks.
strength for the tree.
Tanks.
25, bitch. I carry it myself. A
I
pop.
think, yeah, there's like you guys seen the opening to God of War where he just like onto his shoulder? I think Taldro starts it out like that. You like there is a little bit of struggle, but you kind of have the tree in a way where it's just resting on your shoulder. Whereas like Ozug and Keck, you guys maybe with both arms, you have to have one arm on the other side, that like awkward grab of like a branch, and then like Ozug's side or Keck's side, you have to come in from the left and reach up. And
Can I try lifting? Is it like a fulcrum situation where he's at the front and I'm at the end?
No, I think you guys get it to the same height. Your guys' hip height.
Because what I want to try and do is
so
Ozug is gonna try and like lift the tree up just so Taldro's feet are taken off the ground a little.
You definitely can't do that. I'm stronger than you.
yeah, there's a. I think
You barely lifted it up.
Inspiration.
You barely
I will try.
lifted it up. You're just jealous because
trying.
you know that I rolled a 25. Because your character's meta. I
No.
turn back and I
No,
say.
Ozug would actually try and do that. He's
I
simple.
turn, I
Try and
turn
lift
back.
you up.
what
I
happens is you
turn back
lift-
and say, "Are you okay back there? Do you need Kale to help?"
Yeah, you think he says this after you do that. You lift, but it only goes into your armpit so much, and your waist here, your torso, I'd said, is probably the height of Taldro's shoulders. So it's really like it only gets moved up a slight bit for you, Taldro.
Yeah, I don't even notice it. I just figure
Yeah.
they're struggling with it. Bless their
Yeah.
little heart. Or hearts? I don't know.
Jay, I'm using my inspiration point.
I'll say you can't hear because we've already decided the outcome. So
Fuck.
just like regular bardic inspiration, I'm gonna treat it like that. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
You've already had your fourth wall break.
Yeah.
Get no more meta today,
So
bitch.
you start to lumber this down to
You say that to the Deadpool of D&D.
you start to lumber this down to the river, no pun intended. I think there's a moment where you get to the river and you realize like, oh fuck, the tree is too small. But just over, I think about like 5-ish minute walk, you can see the river starts to like, it just kind of comes in a little bit like this, enough that you guys can kind of begrudgingly carry it a little bit further up, We had this like shot of you guys from the other side of the river as you're like carrying it over in the blackness here. The moonlight kind of.
I thought we were cutting a tree down on the bank, so it would.
That's what I was
no,
thinking
no.
too.
Now we need
I
to
had said
place it
about-
and then push
Yeah,
it.
that's how I.
Yeah.
That's how I envisioned it with Keck. If it like cut down, it would be crossing the river. Like
We can
perfect.
still do
Yeah, no,
that
I'd said
though.
the
We
tree was
just
about 40 feet away from the river.
put it down,
Bring
lift it
over.
up, push it
Yeah.
down over
Put it
again.
down. All right. Both of you, give me survival checks real quick. As you have to do this kind
Survival.
of thing as you ferry this in. You have to push it across.
Okay, if I do
And I-
13, I'm
Can I
very
give him advantage with his?
13, very unlucky.
Can I give him advantage at all with that survival, or is that just all him?
I'll say he's already getting help from like you're
Help
already
him,
helping
okay.
him. This is I'm counting it as
Alright.
that already. So okay, I think it takes a little bit. We're now getting into maybe like the later period of the day here. Maybe it's almost coming on midnight. You can hear a couple of howls in the distance from the fields and some of the creatures starting to wake up. You guys push this in, and you kind of have to like. There's a moment where you both have to grab on as hard as you can because the current catches it about halfway out, and it starts to like slowly drift. Give me one more strength check to push it across, or survival check. Sorry, I'm all over the fucking place.
13 again.
Oh, I think it's Taldro. There's a moment, Taldro, where you feel maybe the back like slip out as you guys are going to give it that one final push. Ozug and Keck, you both just lose your footing here on the muddy embankment. You guys just both lose your footing, and you do the push, but I think you guys just go face first into the water at the same time. Taldro, you're already a little bit out there, like not like midway through the river, but you're up to your waist. You can feel it pulling, but you've got to push it across. You guys finally you park it on the embankment a little bit diagonal. Ozug and Keck, you guys fall into the water with a huge splash.
You just see Ozug's arm go up like, I'm okay. Keck, are you okay?
Face full of mud and everything. It's just bubbles coming up from underneath.
Yeah. Some of your belongings get all soaked and wet. Kale's belongings get a little soaked and wet because you're holding on to them.
I'll help.
good.
I'll help them out and stand up on the bank again.
Yeah, you feel like a tug as Taldro starts to like pull you guys up.
Why didn't you leave your bags on the side, like me?
Just spits out a bunch.
Yeah, I think it just all over you.
As I expected. Okay, you two get to walk over first and test it.
Get right up on it.
All right.
Now they have to roll
Um,
contested foot checks.
This
All the
is
way
where it
across.
gets fun. This is where it gets fun. I'm gonna need the both of you to roll me a dex check or an acrobatics check if you can to walk across this, or athletics if you guys would like to walk across this.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Or athletics, sorry.
He
Okay.
went athletics. I gotta do athletics.
12.
7.
Okay. Yeah, I think you see Ozug and Keck, they you start to step on it. It's a little weird. You kind of have to do that thing where like your feet are on either side of it, and you kind of have to like do this, curl your toes in maybe to. How many toes do you guys have?
10.
Do you, ogres have normal toes? Okay.
Ogres have normal toes.
Gnomes in World of Warcraft only have 4 fingers. I just found this out last month. So,
Taurens have 3.
see? Different races have different. Anyways, you guys start to walk across here. I think there's a moment about halfway through where you lose your footing. Keck, give me a dexterity saving throw. You can have it. I don't.
One more, I'm going to Vegas.
I don't know if I'll give you no, because I think this is a moment here where your foot steps forward and it slides off because it's wet. But I think you catch yourself with like the left arm as you're falling over again. Ozug, there's a moment there where like you have your footing perfectly, and then suddenly you're just like tugged. We gotta have you guys like bear hugging the log here as the river starts to like rush in and splash against the back of you guys.
Okay, let us rethink this one. We do the bum shuffle.
Are we just
Remember
gonna
we would-
skitter across it?
Okay. You guys are gonna bum shuffle across? Is that what?
Like sitting up,
Yeah,
legs
yeah.
around either side.
Okay. Okay. So you guys, Taldro and Kale, you get an interesting sight here. Before they pass out of your dark vision, when they reach on the other side of the embankment here, they fall down halfway through, kind of catch themselves, and then you see them hugging it on top of it, and they slowly just start to like reach out, grab a branch, pull themselves across, like excruciatingly slowly.
We're a sloth.
Yeah, there's a
We're a
lot
fucking
of
sloth.
branches on this as well too. I'm sure it could be really uncomfortable for you guys as you're like dragging yourself across. There's moments where like a branch will just straight up snap onto your weight and like you almost get thrown off, but you grab a quick another side of the log. Eventually you make it across. It takes about I'd say like 15-20 minutes though. Real quick on the get-go, but that shuffle takes you guys a little bit to get across.
Better safe than sorry.
And then they get on the other side. You see them just kind of start to fade out of your dark vision in the blackness beyond. Taldro and Kale, you guys are next if you want to go.
How far is it from this side to the other side?
It's 40 feet across. Right here, actually, sorry, it would be about 30 feet. So they're not at the edges of your dark vision. Sorry.
I would like to tie a rope to around Kale's waist and tie the other end around my waist.
Okay.
I have 50 feet of rope,
Okay.
and
Do a quick
then
knot.
I'll send her out.
Okay. All right, Kale, give me an acrobatics or athletics as you cross.
Oh my god, this is gonna be bad. Okay.
It's okay. I think there's a couple of shaky moments. You maybe for like a minute or two have to shuffle yourself as you maybe lose your footing. In Taldro, it's you see Kale walking out a little bit, and like about 2 minutes into it, she immediately loses her footing. But I think your armor actually protects you as you fall a little bit. You lean on a branch, and like the branch gets caught in your armpit, so it just kind of props you up instead of fully falling over. And you make it across. Probably in about 10-ish minutes. You can hear the water like rushing by and kind of slapping the log. It moves every so once in a while, but you make it across safely.
Untie my end, and I would like to cross the
right.
river.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics faux show. Oh, whatever I can do to shove in Ozug's face that I'm wicked.
I'm wicked.
I'm running across this thing.
You run across. Yeah, you've watched them all. You've seen now where like each of the creaky branches might be like, oh, that one might support me. And you just Taldro for a moment in all of his grace with his armor, just you start to like your footfalls catch the perfect spots. And you see him shimmy across.
Like fucking Ninja Warrior where they do that thing.
Yeah, you just jump in. There's a moment where you're like running along the straight of it, and then you have to like jump up onto another part of the branch that goes up a little bit higher, and then jump back down.
Yeah, I want a superhero land on the other side, and then slowly look up, but not say anything.
Yeah,
just look really fucking cool.
Takes like 2 minutes for Taldro to get across. You just watch him.
Yeah, I'm like coiling up my rope on the other end, and it was surprisingly easy. Yeah.
He's just like,
So where's your stunt double?
Yeah, very good.
Something called CGI? Where is that? I was expecting an explosion.
I look at him once again like he's insane. Okay. Do we continue?
They're just going.
Shall we continue or rest for the night?
I need to rest.
This seems like a decent enough place with the river at our back. The plains are quite open. I will take first watch. You look a little tired, Ozug, Keg.
And immediately just starts like going to sleep.
Yeah. So I think you guys set up camp pretty easily here and pretty quickly on the side of the river. You guys said just right close to it.
I figured, yeah, just as soon as we get to the other side.
So you guys keep about like 5-10 feet away so that if there's like a high tide, it doesn't.
I want to push the log in. Actually, I want to fucking push that shit.
I was gonna consider that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's relatively easy enough for you yourself while they set up camp there. Maybe Keck
Ting,
is,
one finger, flick that shit into the river.
Ozug is like setting up the camp for him and Keck is already asleep. So you can see like Ozug just like just grumbling, and he's setting up your guys' bedroll, the California ogre bedroll that you have, and you Taldro, it takes a little bit of a but you push it off after a minute or so of getting the right angle. And you all start to find yourselves falling asleep, unless there's anything else you guys want to do before bed.
Nope, I would pass the hell out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking
Taldro,
a watch, so
you're taking a watch. Okay.
I'll just do my usual thing of like patrolling around every now and then. I'll sit down. I don't think we have a campfire because we all have dark vision, and we don't need to cook anything. So unless it's insanely cold.
Oh yeah, how many rations do we deduct for today?
So each time you guys travel like this, it'll take off a ration per.
Okay.
And then when you camp, it'll take another ration.
So two.
Same with your so two rations per a day essentially, unless some crazy shit comes up. If you guys get lost, it'll take more. But if it's a decent day of travel, it'll take you a ration, one water skin. Don't forget you guys have those. And
can we clarify? Would both heads have to eat, or is it just one?
I'd say
I think with size, we would probably
Keck eats enough, but I mean, you still have like mortal cravings and such. So I maybe
mostly tends to drink a lot more ale whilst
yeah.
I just eat more.
Okay, so because you guys, we've already established canon that you guys share a stomach, so you'd feel the fullness, but you'd still have like those kind of cravings of eating.
And where about is our ring right now on the map?
It would be what we'll do here. We'll do this next session. I was getting ready to end the session here. We'll do it. You guys will be there.
Nice. Okay.
Traveling one hex over. So yeah, I think that's what happens. Taldro, you start to take your watch. Ozug finally finishes setting up the bed, and you just kind of flop over. I don't know if you guys sleep on your back or stomach, but I'm imagining like the side, and you just onto your stomach, fully over to get Keck onto the other side of the bed as well. And Kale, you nestle up, and I think that's where we end the session today, guys. Great job. We almost had the inspiration used.
Out of petty.
I did give Taldro and Ozug inspiration for their RP last week, but I didn't say it on stream, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
can't remember.
Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you everyone in the chat for watching. I think that was a good wind down to the session there. You guys have had some crazy shit going on the past few sessions. So, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you. We will be back next week, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you guys like RagTags, make sure to jump in our Discord as well. We have a RagTag section in Discord. We're going to go around the table here really quick, and I'm going to end it off with some announcements, reminding you guys about this Saturday and Monday show. So we'll just go in the same order. Kale, Tuesday, tell them where you are, what you do it, or how you do it, where you do it.
I'm in all the internet places at /Tuesday Gray, and you can look for me to be streaming hopefully sometime soon when fiber gets installed. But in the meantime, please follow this channel, get in the Discord, start participating, and enjoy what there is to offer here. Thanks for watching.
And Taldro, our keeper, Brad, thanks Tuesday.
The strongest member of the party, as proven. Just saying.
Canon. It's canon now.
Okay, just you wait until we hit level 5. Then you'll be talking a different tune.
No, I'll still be just as strong as you at least.
You think that? Barbarian level 5.
You don't get any bonuses to strength.
You do actually. When you hit level 3, you get a +2.
You're still as strong when you don't have souls.
No, unless Jay does a cap break, which I recommend never doing. Cough, boulder, cough.
I mean, Ozug's strength is only 18. So you can go up to 20.
Yeah, but I'm already at 20. So the best you can do is match me.
I'm not going to make
Then you apply the barbarian rage.
Yeah, well then you apply the savage attacks of an orc. All right? So we'll see. I'm stronger than you. Suck it up.
Didn't you say the same thing about a little goblin?
Suck it up, little baby.
What happened to that little goblin?
Tiny little fragile
What happened to
arms.
that little goblin?
Tiny little
Where is he
fragile
now?
arms.
Where is Misty Gooch?
All right, Brad, tell them where you do it, or what you do, where you do it.
I am at twitch.tv/Connor Cronus. I only play Assassin's Creed games. And I am the weakest party member currently in RagTags.
Okay, that's a stretch. You can't even. You can't.
I'm sorry,
Unless
but Kale
Kale
is...
Unless Kale died.
She literally has the strength of a piece of kale.
I have a -1.
Oh, just a -1 modifier. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's it.
Here's Zod over here with his -2 on intelligence.
I'm a smart boy.
Hey, no, for real though, you can forget my channel. It's pointless. Just don't go there. It's bad time. Instead, I highly recommend that you watch Darkfire on Tuesdays. Face, look at it. It's on Tuesdays.
It's right there.
Amazing.
It is the show that I run with an all-star cast, and it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying it. That's it. Jay's doing all the real announcements that I care about, so I just want to skip past. I pass.
Tablestory's Darkfire.
Yeah, starring Connor as well. Connor is technically in it every week.
Oh yeah, it's the intro.
Yeah. I can't run a
Eons
show.
ago, during the age of the Magi.
I can't run a show without Connor. I don't feel right without him there. At this point.
Zot.
It's me. I'm Zod. But what's going on, guys? Tonight we actually are going to be doing some. I think we're going to start off with heroic rating and some WoW. So we're going to be doing heroic rating, and then we're going to finish up normal with that Guhun. So going to be doing some WoW stuff, and then I got some plans coming up in the next week or so. Getting ready for TwitchCon, getting ready for BlizzCon after that. So gonna be pretty exciting. But twitch.tv/Zappa.
I'm jealous, man. I want to go to BlizzCon.
It's
Connor,
gonna be-
have you been to BlizzCon?
No.
Can you
I
pay
have
for my
not
flight to
been.
BlizzCon, please?
I have not been to a convention in America.
One day.
Not yet.
One day, bud.
One day.
One day. But, I am Ozog, otherwise known as Connor Cronus, otherwise known as Patrick Warburton on Twitch.
The poison for Kiss Cat.
Yeah, that is not escaping me anytime soon.
No.
We are currently going through Odyssey, but there's a lot coming out in the next few weeks and months, so. A lot of hardcore. I play only on the hardest difficulty because I like to torture myself.
Yeah, I could never. I can never. Go
Nightmare
follow-
of Assassin's Creed Odyssey it's rough so
Yeah,
far.
no, the game was
level.
rough for me on normal, and that was just playing it. Not difficulty-wise. I couldn't get more than 2 hours into that game. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Thank you, for playing. You guys did a stellar job. I appreciate it. We have some announcements real quick. First announcement is to watch Tablestory RagTags every fucking Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Second announcement is this Saturday, Pumpkinberry is going to be running a horror-themed one-shot. I feel like it's at 4 p.m., but Brad, is it at 4 p.m.?
I believe so. I have no idea either.
We're 99% sure. Saturday, PB is going to be DMing us through her Stygian Gate campaign. It's a 3-week long campaign, literally DMing us, myself, Brad, and Whack, and her friend Murgles. It's a horror-themed campaign where we play as ourselves, so it's going to be probably terrifying. And then on Monday, our Judge Dredd show launches with, I think that's at 4 p.m. Eastern as well. That's our premiere of that show. So if you guys can, make sure to turn on notifications.
I can't wait. Sorry.
Brad and I are also in that show, along with Tashnar, Katie Peter Plays, and Zacodicus with Whack as the DM. It's a we also call Murgles Mr. Giggles, so make sure to show up on Saturday, and please type Mr. Giggles a lot in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have that Judge Dredd themed campaign DM'd by Whack with a couple of us playing in it. That starts Monday at 4 as well. So thank you everyone so much for watching RagTags. Make sure to sub to our YouTube, and peace. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Ozog is Deadpool. Confirmed.
Ozog is the weakest, confirmed.
He's Deadpool.
What is happening? There we go.
Is it broken? Oh.
It's broken. It's back.